Bippus Boppus Boopity. Right, yes, okay. Sorry, I'm... The order of the audio bars on OBS is interesting sometimes. But Elgato sound coming in, me sound coming in. Hello. Welcome, once again. Oh, interesting. Higher than normal queue. Guess people remembered Heavensturns on. Anyway, hi. Welcome back to another stream of Final Fantasy XIV. Hello. I will be in with the Crow Zone shortly. Though, there's not a lot of people there just yet. It's kind of curious, even though I think Lucky's playing. But we'll be getting into it. You can see I'm displayed there, Samurai. I've been leveling Sam in the background. While we're waiting on that queue to process, I would just want to say... No, and of course that's when it picks to start. I knew that would happen the moment I started saying that sentence. But what I was going to say real quick is leveling Samurai is very funny because it's shocking to me, and I'm pretty sure I've said this about Sam before, but it's always shocking to me how weird the Samurai kit is at lower levels because, like... Obviously, we have this conversation a lot. You know, there are different levels at which your class, quote-unquote, gets good or makes sense. You know, a lot of the AAR classes really come together around the 50 mark because that was the end for a while and some other stuff like that. Samurai is weird because I feel like there's almost nothing for you to do at level 50 when you're doing, like, roulette content and stuff because you don't have your bar. You don't have your gauge yet. You just have the stickers. And, like, yes, you can do sticker stuff, you can do your dot, etc. But you can't, like, gap close, you can't backdash, you can't do your, like, extra, you know, damage resource. Obviously can't meditate. All you can do is, third eye for no reason other than to just take less damage and do your basic combos. At least you have your ranged attack, but still, like, I'm always so weirded out when I play 50 Sam versus, like, getting something on 70, and I'm just like... Yeah, this is wild. I always feel like there's nothing for me to do. I will at least say that, as I pull that up, make sure it's all in there. Let's clear this out of the way. But, character menu. As you guys can see from my leveling, a second ranged DPS has appeared, and we are working on Bard. Pretty easy to level, especially as I have been poking guild hests since I realized they work. They're very silly, but I suspect that doing guild hest roulettes in addition to leveling roulettes will actually be easier to level any remaining AAR classes. But Bard doesn't have a lot of buttons early, and it's weird, but like it's functional. You have 2 dots, you have your area attack. And sometimes you have a 2-button combo. But it's interesting to see the discussion going on. And this is kind of relevant because, well, I don't think they'll start showing us, like, actions and hotbars yet. We are less than a week away. A mere couple of days, really. Yeah, like 3-ish. Yes, sometimes you get the second arrow. But we're only a few days away from the JP Fan Fest, which will probably, presumably, you know, include not only the final extended supercut trailer for Dawn Trail, but we'll have hard and fast news about the magic job. I've seen many memes about what people want out of it, so we'll see how that goes for them. And we may get more info on Viper other than the intro trailer and some other things. And hopefully we get a lot more. So we're all very excited about it as I tighten up on my mic arm before I get in the VC. But it will always be interesting to see kind of how they're gonna how are they gonna handle balancing classes that we're pretty sure, I think they said this about Viper, will be unlocked at level 90. How are we gonna do that? News at 11. I'm gonna get in the VC now.
From the channel.
Pretty sure. Like I feel like I remember that.
I'm gonna get in the VC and I'm gonna switch what I'm doing. Also, dear chat, you sadly will not get to see... Well, yeah, you're also in chat, but you're in the VC too. You're not going to see me do Heavensturn. I did it earlier. I have acquired Ryunosuke, and that's all I need. What am I looking for? What are we leveling, actually?
I'm finishing up that quest now, and I'm having a hearty keck that when they ask, How do you know of the Great Servant story? You're just like, yeah, I heard it from himself.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
I
you
loved
can
having
respond.
that dialogue option. Just be like, yeah,
My actual response is like, don't worry, if anything happens to your father, I'll go punch the snake in his mouth.
don't. It's like, don't worry, bro. I know Seiryu. I know him. And they're just like, what?
Don't worry, I've been around a lot. I can.
He kind of owes me a favor.
Oh wow, you are loud, X. I need to turn it down a little bit.
I appreciate though that the two of them didn't even doubt you. Just like, holy shit.
I didn't know it was not. I was told I was so quiet like last night. But
It's my mixing. It's my individual mixing.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes you think you'll have somebody dialed up a little because they're soft, and then they come in and they're actually. Today is the day that the microphone is on correctly, and you're like, whoa, jeez. And then sometimes we always have Dallas down to at least 80%.
Yeah, that's how it
I've
be sometimes.
I've only
only
been
I-
looking at Ryonosuke for like a second, and I will kill everyone in this room and then myself if anything were to happen to them.
Yeah, he's great.
Playing you're
Look
the
at him.
clicking.
Look at him. Look at this guy. He's great. Okay, alright. Put on red. Strictly speaking, Dragoon is as leveled as that. I need to work on both of those. All my DPS leveling has gone to Samurai lately.
Hire a samurai.
That's right, yes. I completed exactly like 1 or 2 quests last night, and I have my next tier for the Ananta unlocked, but I won't do that right now. I got MSQ to get through. It's time to pay $600 dues to teleport myself to Norvrand.
Look, sometimes you have to find the most optimal way to teleport around. That's what I've done for my daily hunts.
But what exactly are we doing? I think it's just... Yeah. Half of it's just like, what do we do for Yulemore?
It'd be really funny if they just released a housing board in Norvrand, but it wouldn't make any sense.
Only up-to-date players can have one.
You start moving into the fucking apartment buildings in Amarok.
Yes, the city is supposed to go away eventually, but it never did. Do you want a high-rise apartment?
They just start building apartments in the empty now that they don't have to worry about all the Sin Eaters.
Excuse me, I want a fucking house in the Ratika Greatwood.
Sorry, Caesar, there is currently ethereal nonsense happening in the empty that causes you to die. I don't think you can build a house there.
They'll figure it out.
Honestly,
Working on it.
strictly speaking, probably the best place for a housing district in Norvrand would probably be Lakeland, like just south of the Crystal area on the lakeside, you know? Because there's like islands and stuff out there that
And
are very undersettled.
there's also a nice little turtle out there or something, right?
Here's
Good old Bismarck.
I know where I'd want a housing area for Endwalker, but I can't talk about that one.
Listen, I'm
We
still
just put a
waiting
house
for them
on
to announce our fucking restoration project.
Well, that could be on the list of things hopefully announced this weekend, because at London, Yoshi P did say that they had what they called a, large lifestyle expansion, something intended to take up a lot of time for players, but
They're
it wasn't
going
ready to
make
show.
Island too.
So hopefully they'll be ready to show it soon.
I think what I'm most hoping for is hoping they do the release date and open pre-orders. Because if they do the pre-orders, usually they give you an XP boosting item. That's stacked with other XP boosting items.
Yeah.
Great.
It's usually always an earring, though, right?
No, it's not always an earring, but shoot, what
Yeah.
were they? The lead up to Endwalker was an earring, but what were the other ones actually? I only got the Endwalker one.
From what I remember, the ARR one was an earring. I think there was a ring for maybe Heavensward or Stormblood, but I know we went back to earring for Endwalker.
Let's see, 14 boost.
Hey, Lucky Loft. I don't know if I missed anything
Sorry,
earlier.
I was muted, Axe. What is it?
I think all the crops are ready to harvest.
Okay, Lucky, access the crops are ready to harvest.
Yes, I knew this. I just haven't done it yet.
Apologies. I didn't know if I missed someone mentioning it or not.
I'm not being carrier pigeon in this situation.
I'm pretty sure Mark said most recently the crops are ready. The crows are ready for harvest. That's our new code word. But alright, okay, fine.
Freshly planted crows.
No, it's a freshly it's a freshly planted murder.
You
All
got
these
there
are
in the
valid.
end.
I mean, murder is the collective noun. That is correct. Hey, buddy. Looking for you, Catman.
People have done this to me where I see Chinese and I keep just thinking of like I have crippling anxiety meme every time I see him now.
Oh, is that Kai shit? God, his voice was definitely a choice for the dub. I don't hate it, but it was in your face.
China's is that guy who is just in the corner brooding, and then the door opens and it's like, my wife!
Well, my lovely wife.
Yeah, I even threw my hands up when I said that.
I felt it.
Yes, time to
Not
scrub
bad.
some hippos. My favorite daily quest.
Lucky, you gotta stop eating entire pizzas by yourself. That helps nobody.
It's a bold
Sounds
strategy,
expensive.
Cotton. Let's see if he pays off. Also, no, it's not
It helps
expensive.
nobody
Axe,
but
don't
yourself.
you know?
At the moment.
You ever bought a pizza?
Yeah, usually they're like $25.
Fuck no, they're not.
What? We have
What
entire sites over here dedicated to making sure that you have a fucking coupon.
Is this
you
is
buying,
this like a you pizza? You need to take the gluten out the bread pizza?
No, not even that.
Then no,
Those are
absolutely
probably,
not.
Those are like $40.
like,
I can get you a frozen pizza from your preferred local retail dealership for probably $3.50.
Are you going to an artisanal pizza who is making the dough by scratch every hour on the hour? Or
I
something?
don't know.
I feel like people are talking some shit right about now, but I'm saying I ordered from Domino's and my bill was $34 because I ordered a big medium pan pizza with all the fucking meats on it.
Now, if you
And
add all the
some
toppings,
brownies.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
Oh, that's...
I mean, that still sounds a little high, but I don't actually. Places like Domino's are weird with like how much they'll upcharge you for all the bits.
Yeah.
So I
Like,
order from like local places, which I think upcharge a bit just because everything's costly in Denver.
They also.
Well, I mean,
recently I've
like,
been-
I'm gonna say on Domino's, like they cook it, package it, and deliver it to me hot and fresh.
I mean, no, I don't have any pit bones to pick on Domino's service. I think Domino's is the preferred brand in this house. Though usually I'm pretty sure my family springs for the deal for like you get 2 smaller pizzas, but you also get like some wings.
Yeah, like
Yeah, the
it's have them
$6.99
kinda-
carrot, the $6.99 deal.
Yeah, stuff like
More than
that.
2 items, yeah.
I'm not
I
sure
will
how it
say the
is
chicken
over
wings
there.
have been a little scrawny lately. Finding some tiny
I'm not-
chickens.
I'm not sure how it is over there, but over here, like with our Domino's, like they just have a deal, which is like, hey, when you're ordering online, want to just have some of the traditional like pizzas be $15? Go ahead. So I've just been buying $15 pizzas recently.
That is definitely
Next time on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that is the achievement.
And also the I hope everybody here noticed the quest name is Unlike a Dragon.
They know what they're doing.
We know what's up.
I mean, just the overall price tag of $30 for one pizza though is still a lot. Like,
Well, it
maybe
wasn't just
maybe it's different where I am.
No, it just wasn't a pizza. The coupon I used was you can order a variety of items. Actually, fuck out. Here, let's do an ad placement. Yeah, go online, order on Domino's. Right now, they have a special deal where you can order a variety of items, including pizza, bread, pasta, salads, desserts. Each item for $6.99. If you select a pizza, you can actually get upgraded to a specialty type of pizza for only $3 more.
Ah, okay. So I forget.
So I
that,
ordered
like,
two items. And then I did a medium pan pizza. I think the pan pizza is like $2 extra because they throw on like extra sauce and cheese on top of everything else. Yeah. So that was like that was exactly $11.99. And then the brownies I got were $6.99. Then I got a 2-liter of soda for $3.99.
That's where it comes
Ugh.
from.
Yeah, it stacks up
that's
all the
that's where all the
separates.
price comes from.
I can feel the pounds from that.
Yeah, no, I ate this
brownies
medium
are
fucking
definitely a
pizza
lot.
in one fucking sitting. I'm looking at my empty box going, why do I do that?
Yeah, I don't.
You could, like,
I
space it over
I
three,
like
like, 2.5
pizza. I don't eat
days.
that much pizza. At
It's
once,
weird
anyway.
because you eat half the pizza, hoping to save the rest for later, and you go, "Oh man, I'm still hungry," and then you eat the rest of it, and you go, "Oh man, that was a bad idea."
Well,
That is
that's
exactly what happened, actually.
that's why you mix in a few of the sides. Hopefully, like I said, my
Yeah.
family usually gets the chicken wings. But yeah, no, I feel like definitely Domino's, but also I think some other perspectives kind of like came out of the COVID quarantine thing, going like, hey, you know what? We would really prefer if you didn't show up in person and just ordered online. We'll give you extra shit if you just order online and we can deliver it to you, in fact.
Oh man, no. I love contest to deliver. They still have that at Domino's? I'm like, no, just leave it on my doorstep. We do not need to talk at all.
Yeah, with our family, where we live, we have the trifecta of fast food pizza chains, so we can pick and choose when we feel like. Though we usually go for Pizza Hut. They got that big dinner box. It's a fair amount of food for a family. It's what two of their like square pizzas, and like breadsticks and either wings, like their cinnamon rolls or whatever they are. It's like $25. Like still like delivery fee and stuff will round it out to like 30-35, but it's not bad. Not bad food. We're just doing sponsor deals right now, I guess.
This
If
may
you
sound
sell pizza.
especially
Contact us.
if you sell pizza,
Contact us.
but this may sound
You could sponsor this stream.
Oh my
This
god,
may
guys,
sound-
yeah, I have to read this up because I didn't say it out loud, but I want you to guess what my immediate fucking thought was when I read my my Amakuji. Just this first part. Adventure. Heed the whispers of nature. On a faraway island, you should find solace and sanctuary.
When was the last time you checked your island out, Monkey?
I know exactly what the thought was. Oh no, my island.
Oh no, my island!
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I
where do you go
st-
to start the Heavensturn thing? I need to do that.
It's Limsa. It's
yeah,
Upper
Limsa
Deck
Plaza.
Limsa.
Okay.
You're looking for the Ryudoshin. Or the guy in the center.
People were talking, so I didn't like. I held it off, but it's just like immediately that was my thought.
Yeah, I
was
know.
like,
They
oh,
they got you. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure the fortune results you get are
it's you
calculated. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that guy to be voiced. I'll come back to you in a second, sir. I think it knows what stuff you've got going on and collates, so it's all very funny. Like I posted my screen cap in Crow General. I got
Mahjong.
misfortune, and you can see my character was very concerned about this.
Yours was a lot of keep doing main story.
Yeah, no, basically, renew thy spirit beyond the horizon for adventure. Relationships forget not thy kindness in the midst of a conflict. Prosperity, fret not over excess stock, it shall not go to waste. Well, I did clean out some of my inventory. I still got some crap in there, but I threw away a lot of nonsense.
You have retainers. Just give them to your
and then-
retainers.
One, I have only one retainer, and I'm not gonna bother getting any more until I need them. But also, why would I stop and get out a summoning bell somewhere when I'm in the field when I can just throw shit away? It's instant.
That's what I do because especially for half the random like gathering like item like mob.
Yeah, no, I
matches,
just
it's
did what I
it's
think
like
Lucky
free gil.
suggested last week and like double checked what the price was of stuff, and if it like is being sold by a merchant, I'm just like, okay, fuck this shit. I've picked up
Yeah.
like another half a dozen things because again, whenever you do hunting log and like level up lower level classes, you will just pick up a lot of shit.
Well, and a bit like honestly, even for like Shadowbringers and Endwalker like mob mats, the chain bonus stacks for those as well. I'm pretty sure. So like if you can just get in a rhythm, get in a rhythm, do that for 10-15 minutes. You can get a fair amount of shit. Just kind of
No,
going around.
I didn't invite them, as it happens. Though they are indeed my friends. Well, not
But
only
yeah, it's
mine.
and just a lot of stuff. And
But
my
every
initial
true
thought was just
Gomorrans.
like, oh, this is my, hey buddy, hold on, you've still got some stuff. You got to do Endwalker. stuff. Whereas I think a lot of people who are done with MSQ are getting like, oh, hey, you get to relax now, fortunes.
Which guy is
They
affected
are the
is that?
ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord 4-3's villainy. The famous
the-
warriors of
Go to
darkness.
the aft castle, and you'll be in the big plaza where events are, and look for the quest icon. I think you got to start with the guy in the center.
Well, I've already done the
Are
quest.
they
Where do
now?
you go for the actual fortune?
Oh, that's
That's the Amakuji.
He is
It'll be-
behind the main stage.
They're in that main plaza area.
Look for a place that wasn't a quest-related person where people are crowded.
Alright, let's see what that guy.
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors.
In your island?
We owe
Someone
much
who's
and
in
more
both
to their
MSQ and
kindness,
Walker and done a lot of
but
other
we
stuff.
cannot
Wouldn't
depend
need
on
to
that
do.
kindness forever.
Well, have you tried Mahjong?
Have you played Mahjong, guys? I can teach you guys. Don't worry.
Oh no,
I don't like Mahjong in real
play
life.
Mahjong. I don't know how to score Mahjong. That's
I
what
can
kills me.
teach that as
To
well.
do so
Don't
would
worry.
be
I
a little different
I have
from
a lot of
entrusting our
the
affairs to
Haku,
Lord
or not
Vorthree.
We are fortunate.
Hey,
That felt like
we
being modern
must
fortune.
learn to stand on our own 2 feet.
I forget. I actually.
And
I
I
now
would
forget
have them
Yaku.
present
It's Yaku,
to
not Haku.
witness
I
my
know a lot of the
attempt.
Yaku off the top of my head. It's
Rejoice in the
it
12
just comes
and
down to
right.
like
Here, Master Chai.
it's very similar to like playing poker.
Your
if you
sentiments
get
are
used to that
admirable.
stuff.
Yet admirable
That
sentiments
makes
do
sense.
not.
I
a
do play
nation
Mahjong
make.
on occasion, but usually I just play against the AI.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a Steam game
In
that
my
is
capacity as
just
advisor, I
very
once strove to build a better
jankily
U-Haul.
translated
Gave
like
honest counsel to my superiors,
like
drafted
anime
laws for the
mahjong
benefit
game?
of one and all.
I don't know how to describe it.
There
Is
are.
it like is it Pretty
plenty
Girls
of those.
Mahjong?
No, it
But
is. I
in
think it's just
time, my
Mahjong Club.
values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise
But,
Vorthree was creating.
What's funny is that
And so I
all
left
the
my
characters have
homeland
special
behind.
abilities, and some of them are fucking broken. So you normally just turn them off if you just want to actually play some real man's mahjong.
How rude of it to tell me to do my daily roulette. Neglect not thy daily chores.
Yeah.
Man, I've done all of my daily travel quests. They are done.
For the fortunes, they know what's up. I love it. I think
I
the-
noticed it's also telling you to do raids.
The most mahjong I've ever played was for Judgment, and that was like I think the last like friend I had to get was like to win in a way with the mahjong lady, and I just cheated. I went to the underground and I was like, "Give me the magic tile." All right, cool. I'm outie. I am not good at this
weird.
shit.
I love
Not
mahjong. It's
you.
a very fun game. I've always wanted to get like a legit mahjong table. The problem is getting 3 other suckers to.
Yeah,
learn how
you
to
got to
play the
find 3 other mahjong
I-
freaks.
game. Yeah.
Well, hey, if we ever get together, I'll bring my fucking Fate Extella fucking Mahjong set that I bought.
Not sure how popular it is over there, but over here it was like nearly every time I would go to my family's.
But this
my
much I
Filipino
will
family
say.
for a party. It's like, oh, there's the folding
It is
table.
my
Where's the
hope
mahjong tiles?
that
There it
you
is.
all can become a
Is
nation
that like
which has
the
citizens
mahjong
might
that Final
freely
Fantasy
choose to
Judgment,
build
like
together.
all of the Japanese games. It's like I've always heard of mahjong growing up, and like
A
even in
great
cartoons
many
and stuff.
people,
But like the
myself
mahjong that
included,
like they talk about
flocked
is
to
not
Yulmore
the
seeking
Rishi
sanctuary.
mahjong. It's
The
an
alternate land
entirely
sanctuary
different
we
game. It's supposed to
found.
use the same tiles.
As
Though.
much food and drink as
Are
we
you talking
could
about
ever
Mahjong
want,
Solitaire?
secured
so.
at the
I'm
cost
not
of
It's
the
the one where you just
surrounding
match tiles
villages.
and remove them from a pile?
Yeah.
Little
Yeah, that's
wonder
Mahjong.
the
That's called
people
Mahjong
gathered
Solitaire.
at our doorstep, begging to
You know,
work
like
among
growing
the
up,
bonded.
it was always just referred to as mahjong. So like
Yeah.
The
when I
free
heard
were
about
blind to it
like
all, of
this,
course.
this funny little mahjong
Content
manga called
to
Akagi, I'm like, oh,
As you say,
I remember my grandma
wallow
playing
in
that game,
indolence.
and I'm like,
I think it
what is
was.
this?
I think.
Were I mayor,
I think I first learned to play
I would
Mahjong
first take
from,
stock of the city's resources and
Suikoden,
see that they
actually,
were
now that I think
assigned
about it. One of the
equitably.
ones on the PS2.
Our
good
days
old
of
Suikoden.
reckless
Yeah, Suikoden.
It
consumption
wouldn't surprise
are
me if
behind
it
us.
was tucked away in other games in very similar fashion.
The distinction between free and
The only
bonded
mahjong I
died
played
with
is some of
Vorthree.
the gold saucer mahjong, and I
The
did
needs
not
of rich
understand a
and
moment of
poor
that.
alike must
Uh,
be considered
If you
our
ever want
nation
to,
is to survive.
I can be the wise old sage of trying to teach you how to fucking read a mahjong tile.
Now,
Lucky on a harvest.
oh wow, okay, we're just not. It's gonna be one of those days. The weird, foreign game that I like, but also still need a guide to play is fucking Koi Koi Hanafuda.
Yeah.
Love that to death. If
To which end I
Judgment
take
didn't
steps
come
to
with
secure channels
and
for
most other
supplies
games that
who
allow you to
kindle
play it,
relations with nearby
like I think it's in some like
who re-establish
some
industry,
Switch and Wii
reach out
games
to
of it.
neighboring
If
nations,
they
and the
didn't
list
come
goes
with
on
the
and on.
scoring guide, I would be terrible at it because the whole point of Hanafuda cards of the Koi Koi game is you're matching vaguely similar pictures together. Like,
I think
there's some basic shit I can always catch. Inashika Cho, easy. Is there a deer? Got it.
4 butterfly. Let's
yeah,
go.
okay.
Look,
It's the other stuff.
I know
It's
that
like,
one's from Naruto.
I think I'd learn
Or it's
Guardian
from
Lines.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think I learned Guardian Lines before I could actually learn Koi Koi.
But I
Yeah,
am
it's
no
so dumb
ruler.
that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has an
Not
archetype
even a
based on
politician.
Hanafuda.
I am
It's
an
so good.
entrepreneur.
It's so cool. And
They actually,
and
it's
we're-
actually kind of funny.
we're
Dallas
getting a
played it
Mahjong at
against
the
us,
club now.
and it was Dallas played it against us, and it was literally just watching him play solitaire for a good few minutes.
I mean, yeah, like
it's a wild, wacky deck.
I
My
love
expertise
Flower
lie in
Guardian's a really
planning and
cool
profit. I
concept.
haven't the
In
knowledge or
practice,
experience to run a nation.
You're playing a chess.
Please, Rendon,
You're basically playing
will you
chess
not
with
help
Yu-Gi-Oh.
me? Together,
I think I learned how to
Yes,
play.
I am
solve
playing
the
checkers.
city's
I learned how to play Koi Koi from Sakura Wars, the soft reboot, I guess I want to call it.
A Yule for the
What was that on
people.
the PS4? I believe it was. Yeah.
I think so.
Yep. I want this
rather like
guy
the
to turn
sound of
around
that.
and be like, I appreciate your thoughts about Mahjong. Let me join you.
That's
Yeah,
how we
I-
got this guy to rebuild
But before
Yule.
I offer you my counsel,
I think the
would be
worst
certain
part
of your
of,
ability
like,
to perform.
Of like the
You
older
would?
Yakuza games that played Mahjong, there's just no way
You
to
ask
read the
me
tile
to
sheet.
help
Like
you
you just gotta
solve
fucking learn.
Yumo's problems. But first, I would see
This happens
you
with a lot of
solve
games in
one on
general
your
where like
Yeah.
building
Accomplish
you
that,
like
and you will
UI and
prove
stuff
both to
in.
me and the people that you are a man worth following.
And like for the older Yakuza games, I can totally understand because like it's a random niche mini game among several other dozen mini games. Like what like if they're just throwing this over in the West, they're probably not going to give all of them due kind of process. But thankfully, 2 of the suits are easy to read because you can just count the number of bamboos. It's the characters where you're like, I gotta actually know Japanese. Fuck.
I mean, kanji's not that hard. I mean, excuse me, the numeral kanji isn't that hard.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say
it's-
kanji could be complex, but learning a small set of kanji is relatively easy.
It's relatively easy, and like a few of them are simple, and then it kind of it gets a little hazy, and like for like the 5 through 7 is where it's hazy for me in my brain. Like if I wanted to get back to playing the game like hardcore, I'm sure I could remember with enough trial and error, but it's still just that extra little
I mean, I feel like it's that with any kind of like organized
Second
game like
guessing.
that. Like, it's probably been since Judgment that I played some kind of like virtual poker, but I feel like those are simple enough that if you put it in front of me, I would just be like, yes, I remember all my poker hands. Got it. Good.
I have a vague understanding of poker. From
If
various
you wanted me to
other
remember
games
exactly
I've
which
played.
hand beats which, that's rougher, but that's probably because some
I
of that's
probably
arbitrary.
could list them off if I like because like my family played poker all the fucking time. Like every week, family had friends over and they played poker. So I just kind of learned the game as a child by watching it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that does.
Similar to when Best Bear was telling us about like the view of Mahjong, that's kind of how I view poker. There's been so many different ways I've been told about poker. I'm like, which one's the real one?
Depends.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a regional thing. Like in America, it's generally like Texas Hold'em, but there is like 5-card draw, which is like kind of like the more like internationally accepted version, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Texas Hold'em is still decently popularized, but yeah, it's definitely like not the universal, but there are a lot of obscure variants of poker.
Yeah, like
Well, actually, I would
9
say,
times out
like-
of 10, especially if you're watching an anime or like Sentai show that suddenly talks about poker, they're talking about 5-card draw, which is a
Probably.
little odd.
Well, like I said,
Oh my God.
Texas Hold'em is really popular, and like especially in casinos.
Yeah.
One of casinos' favorite tactics to do is to fucking just host Texas Hold'em pokers and have everyone put up their own money, and they just host it and they just ply everyone with fucking drinks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's a close to where I live, there's a kind of like poker club where like put up your own money, and they even they streamed the games, they streamed the table games for people to watch.
It's because that's a whole other thing. And there's a phenomenal John Boy's video about poker and how nonsensical it is.
I love John
Chaos
Boyce.
poker.
He's a local legend.
But the funny thing is, because I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain if he's ever heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's only because of that video. But the thing in the comments of that YouTube video are just like, oh, it's the Jotaro strat. Draw 5 cards, bluff.
Yeah.
Well, when you're working with a hardcore cheater, sometimes the best thing you can do is just bluff out your ass.
Look, if you are cool enough, you will bluff. You will win the bluff.
The entire episode is just Jotaro using the highest amount of rule of cool possible.
I mean,
I've
Jotaro
watched
Kujo
episodes
is
for a while.
at least the only JoJo I know who was so cool and so stoic. He was able to straight up stop his own heart that one time.
Yeah.
And it didn't kill him.
And I like how after the end of the poker game, he's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't look at my cards. I would not have been able to keep cool if I had.
Yeah,
His
he's
head
like,
sucks.
oh, thank fucking God. I would have freaked the hell out.
His head sucks. Glad I didn't check. Damn. Never mind that, as I've heard from several other good sources, that there was enough time when Darby was definitely distracted that Jotaro could have actually just switched his cards. He's that fucking
Well, yeah,
fast.
John, he was
Star Platinum.
Well, that was part of the whole con with it. But I love watching it dubbed because do you guys know who dubbed Darby is?
Yeah. I
He's so
remember
good.
this.
It's Cam Clark.
It's Cam
aka
Clark. It's fucking Liquid Snake. Ah.
And he does such a good job just chewing that role. He's so good.
Cam Clark is great.
Episodes of Stardust Crusaders has nothing to do with punching.
That's literally Araki's like secret superpower. Is he cracked the code on how to turn anything into a stand fight, even if there's no actual stand fight.
Yeah, no, like the both of the Darby fights is basically like the prototype of what became late stage JoJo, and you can tell. And it's the fact that it still holds up as well as it does is impressive.
Well, also the Darby the Younger fight is full of memes. Like my brain
Yeah.
quickly like flash memoried me with like all the big ones. Oh, that's a baseball. F Mega, and of course, yes.
I'm a true gamer, Jotaro. I'll win this battle.
Oh, okay. I'm fucking Spyglass and Taluses. All right. Oh, okay. I'm playing the. I wasn't quite expecting the secret China's stealth minigame.
Yeah, they seem to do it every so often. It's interesting.
Point to him to give the signal. Okay.
Commence
It's a little
virtuous
weird.
mission.
I'm gonna wait for it to fully turn.
Shouldn't have eat that pizza. It's giving me the itis.
I think you have to give the signal to that lamppost that's nearby. Like it's kind of
No, you just I signaled to him. It's good.
okay. It is a little finicky with these.
Some of these are weird, but I've gotten my practice in. Did you just smoke bomb a Talos? Hold on, I feel like I've lost the plot a little. Not that this is not very, very useful information to be having, but this definitely is like a very weird place to be in after, I wasted my signal before I got there. This is definitely a weird place to be in after, finishing, Shadowbringers and all the other stuff. Oh, the bombs were actually turn around.
Yeah, really post Shadowbringers is a little interesting.
Like, and obviously a lot of people have told me, oh, hey, there's some even better stuff coming. And I'm like, cool. It's obviously after this. Not this is bad. This is just, you know, we're doing the off-the-wall stuff. Get him.
Omega, you are still in patch .1.
Oh, I'm sure I am. I don't think we penetrated very far last time. There was a lot of exposition. Also, we did like 3 dungeons, which were not necessarily directly related to MSQ.
Yeah, if you did all those, like all those are just like .0 like extra dungeon.
No, you did one of them related to the MSQ.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. There was.
The one where we ran screaming on fire everywhere.
Yes, that was one of the.
Oh yeah, that was a mess.
It was a mess.
I don't think I was a part of that. Ah, shit.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was exactly, but was it Caesar, Lucky, and Loth were with me? I think that's right.
I know that I did for sure like the 2 extra dungeons, the Academia and
Yeah, because I remember I did not go. No,
Yeah.
I went with the 20.
Yes.
Well,
I did not go to Ander.
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember.
Axe was with us for that first one.
And then don't forget the Grand Cosmos.
I was there for Academia. You guys
Yeah.
did the other 2.
Yeah, I don't think Axe was logged in when we did 20.
Okay, so I think we've ruled out who was at which dungeon.
I was reinstalling on my laptop at the
I
time.
mean,
That's right.
We're doing.
Technically, I was in all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it was Lock and Omega, and then some combination of me, Lucky, and Axe.
And I think Miss Bear got Ander as well. So at least
I was
one
in
Miss
my
Bear.
for sure because I got shenanigans by some of the bullshit there.
We got sharked.
Get sharked.
Kaishir, don't do that weird pose. We're becoming. Anyway, hey, we captured 3 Rogue Taluses. Will I still have to fight Rogue Taluses here?
Yes.
Of course.
You capture them, but there are still plenty more just chilling out.
It's true. I think there are like a dozen roaming these hills.
Well, and they are still a like daily hunt you can pop up, so they gotta be around still.
True facts.
Actually, I think I do have some for mine. Oh no, I got some the cliff kite.
Actually, Omega, I gotta ask, what are your plans for today's stream?
Probably mostly just working on through the MSQ.
Alright. Well, you got plenty of people here. I'm gonna bounce. Eating that pizza has jumped my fucking blood sugar, and I just want to do nothing but lay down and die.
It's really fucked you up.
It really has.
Listen,
Sometimes
the
you
man
eat too
says he
much.
eats a whole pizza. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I'd be okay after that. It would be delicious. I would not be all right.
It's weird because Omega during Fail Betrayal yesterday, I ate an entire pizza, and I was just fine.
I don't know. Were you fine? Didn't you have to step away a couple of times? I don't know if that was directly pizza related,
my
but
stomach decided to kill me.
yeah, no.
Yeah, pizza.
All right,
I'm
well,
gonna
I'll
get
catch
outta
you tomorrow, Lucky then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go die.
All right.
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Just read. Well, yeah, actually, you were there. We talked about maybe doing some Void Crew. Because we need to try and catch
I mean,
Aaron, 'cause he got us
Right,
all the game.
right. I might not be able to do that actually, because I promised I'd join someone for a Fire Emblem stream after I did my Pathfinder game.
That's okay. I think we
Okay.
have extra people anyway. Don't worry.
I just wanted to say, you are like my twin sisters, always coming up with plans and then having them overlap.
I forgot about Crew in the Void. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's her
The
excuse too.
the Void Crew thing is it's currently only a 4-player game. So like if we actually
Aaron
get
can probably
in,
join if
it's,
he's free from work
yeah.
jail.
If Aaron can actually join us, because I believe Lucky and I told this story on Monday on Final Fantasy, but Aaron bought the rest of the Cabal.
Right.
What
Right,
even is Void
uh,
Crew?
The best analogy I've seen used on the internet is imagine Sea of Thieves, but in space. You are a spaceship crew. It's a first-person game. Everything is like kind of manual. Like to drive the ship, you have to sit in the helm. To shoot the guns, you got to sit in the guns. If you want to like repair holes in the ship, you have to walk up and touch it. And you just do procedurally generated missions, which have multiple objectives, and you go do space stuff.
Very kind of oxygen not included esque sounds.
No, actually.
I mean, it is a little bit. You do have to worry about stuff like your temperature and oxygen levels,
What's that noise?
but it's a lot more action-packed than that because you
Yeah.
are in a spaceship.
For like Guns of
Yeah.
Icarus versus like
Wicked
FTL.
what? Run away,
You want
tell
to
us!
dealing with a bunch
FPL.
of. Sorry, I just watched someone get
Call
5
the
bone
guard!
stacks in this boss fight.
Oh,
That.
cool.
Hmm.
All right, cool. They're dying.
Are they perchance a black mage or a dragoon?
No, it's weird. It's a summoner.
Must
Oh.
make bad.
It's
Some-
So we're sure
Like-
Lucky's not secretly still playing.
Of all the caster classes, summoner should be the easiest to move around in, especially with the new rekit.
Especially because this is fucking the 8th circle.
Stay back! All of you!
Sorry, not the 8th, 11th.
actually, this is great. I just realized the Ilmorans get to keep their drip. Cool.
Yeah, like they do still hang on to all.
They get
all
to
that
they
nice
get to say purple and cool.
Oh yeah! It's your boy!
I like the cashier's there, and it's like, he sure is.
I helped.
But of course I'm back. You
Don't
didn't
worry.
stop.
Help
Oh
out
no,
with
his
that.
bones.
Seriously, I
One
can't!
of your custom delivery people if you ever unlock those.
She broke his back like the bat.
Oh, I'm about to see it happen. Oh yeah,
So,
He's been destroyed.
welcome. The wind-up Julia Chai can get pulls out a tiny, like, doll version of him
adorable.
to hug.
I legitimately love their relationship.
Albino to give him a
Thank
fucking
you.
heal. Oh my god. Woo. Okay. We're back,
Yeah,
everybody.
they've
We're in it.
gotten really good at like scene positioning now.
Yeah, no, this is basically what a few years in the tank will do for you for your shot comp. Woo. Okay, all right. I'm jazzed.
Oh no, it's all right,
Julia,
dear.
like,
I should have just
Yeah,
come out and said what it was I was intending
Dulia
instead
and
of
Shai's
entrusting the
relationship
task
is
to a
legitimately
hastily scribbled
adorable.
letter.
They are great.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Like,
Well, I'm here,
like,
aren't I?
honestly, like
I mean,
when you
not-
first meet
not
them, they're
that
like,
my
oh,
absence
okay, they're
signified any
they're just
unhappiness,
rich
you
people,
understand?
but they very quickly become
Oh, no,
people
not to be
and
further from the
characters,
truth.
and I
I
love
only
them.
left
They're
to
great.
enlist the aid of the
I love
former
that
mayor's
Julia
seat.
uses Lalafell animations for her emotes.
And now that I have
Very
it,
nice.
I believe
I
I
do
am ready
appreciate
to
the way
take
that they
office.
do that with the skeletons and the animation sets. Like you can get a lot of extra character by like mixing up how people act with you know a little bit of extra emote action.
Because Lalafells do have that slightly more childish animation set.
Yes.
You say as you run past the resident Lalafell.
Okay.
I mean, we
and-
all know how great it looks. Oh, goodbye.
I didn't expect myself to wake up, but I ended up having to teach 3 sprouts how to play how to do the Asium Prime fight.
Oh no, that will wake
no.
your ass up. Okay. That's yeah.
That does
That's a
remind me.
ooh.
I had to teach you what the chains mechanic was.
Okay, yeah, that's
Out of
a wake
context,
upper.
it's the most big difficulty spike ever.
I
remember
still
when-
usually wipe once when I get that in roulettes.
I remember when
It's-
I remember when it first came out. I remember like that. So like, wait, I don't remember this fight being different.
From memory, that's when the like late like end game Heavensturn,
Yes.
right?
It's
Yeah,
the
it's like the final Heavenswood dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
the
in, like,
final
main
dungeon.
game.
Yeah. Because technically,
Before-
when it
before
ends is
you fight-
when Thornton busts out. He's like, "Hello, I'm
Like-
here."
Yeah,
I
and
had-
Thornton fucking kill steals.
I had to teach them the Endwalker thing of you run into the mechanic as it's happening to stop the other mechanic.
Yeah. No, it's that fight is a doozy.
I'm like actually fucking sweating. It's like god damn it.
No, I believe the moment you said it, I'm like, "Oh no, yeah, that one sucks."
Take a page out of my book, just take a cold shower.
It does bring about another question though. I don't think they rework Copperbell, right?
Yeah,
I don't think I've actually done rework Copperbell.
I would have recommended.
Oh, is it still bad?
No, it's still Copperbell, but it's I think most of the boss fights is what's been reworked, not the go-to between.
Well, like the boss fights are what I hated about it. 'Cause-
Well, now it's just your standard simple early game dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Endwalker-ish mechanics.
I'm pretty sure Copperbell is fairly normal now.
So I believe, from memory, there is like a guy who spins, which is one of my favorite mechanics they add in Endwalker and Shadowbringers fights. Here's my AoE. I'm not going to do it continuously, but also spin in a circle.
I waited 2 seconds too long and I died. God damn it.
It happens.
I don't remember anything in Copperbell having that, unless the final boss does if you take way too long.
No, well, I'm probably mistaken then. I do remember that the slime puddle just is now like, look at this room. Here's the only safe spots.
Yeah, like the one thing that I never got over when I got Copperbell in a roulette is just how it's just the fact that like one of the bosses, the rest of the team aside from the tank just watches the fight happen.
Yeah, I heard about that with the slime. It used to really just be everyone stand there while the tank gets beaten up by a boss.
Okay.
I always, by the way, Omega, I forget because it was muted. During that scene with Julia and Chai, was that just like legitimately? Did they put the Hildebrand like shock sting noise as like it's going closer to her face, or did I imagine that?
No, I'm pretty sure there was a stinger sound effect. Yeah, when he realized that he was gonna get a second backbreaker, he was like, "What?
By God!"
Oh, reminds me, shit, I gotta do Stormblood, Hildebrand sometime. I keep forgetting because I haven't been back to Kugane in months.
Go on, dear.
You'll go back eventually once, I guess, you hit the end of patch content.
When we drag you into doing Eureka, because that
It's true.
you gotta go to Kugane for it.
Loth. You misunderstand. Hildebrand.
Well, that too, but also, I mean, I will
And then
actually
Eureka.
physically go back there at least once
Thank
more
you
once I
all
hit
for
Samurai
gathering here
80,
today.
because I that's where I last left all my Samurai Quest NPCs.
That is what
Just
the shit thing
Kugane.
is, essentially.
But before going any further,
I need to finish.
can I ask the free
Hildebrand
citizens of
quest
Yulmore to
line.
look around?
I guess never got around to doing the what is it? Yeah, I guess 70. So that'd be Stormblood, right?
It is a sight
Yeah.
none of us
You got
would
Stormblood and
ever
then
have
Endwalker.
seen under Lord
Yeah, I just never got
Forthry's
around to
rule.
doing the Stormblood part.
I don't know when I want to do the Endwalker ones, but it's just sitting there. I'm like, man, that'll be a trip when I do it.
Not
Uh,
only
Lucky and
do
I
we
had
stand in
the
the
greatest
familiar
of
presence
times.
of those we
Yeah,
once
it's
called the
like,
bonded.
When do I want to just enjoy myself in Final Fantasy for a bit?
I should have paid closer attention to what calls for what fashion, because, like, there's some interesting things going on here right now. You've got the
Yeah.
soldiers, right? And you've got these two boys, tall boys, because you've got a male Rogadin and a male Aura
They're-
in white outfits with, like, tight pants. And then you've got these two ladies who are dressed like vampires. There's an Elizabeth and a Viera in the side here you could see who are dressed like they're straight out of Castlevania. And I'm like, shit, dude, where were they hanging
That
out?
one Ellison with the fucking
But
lipstick,
today,
and it's
we
just like, no,
welcome
that's just
the
a
peoples
vampire.
of the derelict.
I
That's
do love
just
that.
a goth
Town
woman.
too.
I do love that among all this, there's also just Kai Shear, who's just a guy. Like
He
He's just
he,
like
he
that.
never got a chance to get a new outfit. He's still
I
dressed
sure
like
is
he
kind
came
of a
up on the
crummy
street.
bloke, yeah.
And there's Discount Rowena.
Today we welcome the warriors of
Staring in her
darkness,
yellow dress.
come to bear witness to Yulmore's new
Nicer person,
beginning.
honestly.
It's
not high
behind
bar,
one of
though.
the vampires. There's just one of these ladies dressed up in, I think that's the same outfit Lucky wears when crafting.
As you know,
Oh yeah,
sweater
the
and the- and the-
an
suspenders.
election
Yeah,
was
suspenders.
recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Vorthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise
Yeah,
to
my
do my
favorites are, as you
utmost to
know.
live up to your expectations. And I
The
will
exposition
seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness.
I can't remember where it's stated, or if it is stated, but I remember hearing some theories that like
Always, I
this
say,
guy right here is like the
but not
reflection
forever.
of fucking
let
Sid.
it be known that I do not
Kind of
intend
has
to
like
hold
Sid's
this
facial
post
hair patterns, but
indefinitely.
it's not.
I consider myself but an
Exact.
acting mayor.
he's definitely Sid light in the loosest of senses. Like
I'm-
he's
Sid definitely lacks a woman or a man. We'll be open-minded here to bust him
No
down.
longer can we
big
think of
style
ourselves as
and shatter
divided
his spine.
No,
as
he
the
has
free
that.
and the bonded,
It's called
called
Nero.
citizens and non-citizens.
I don't think Nero possesses the
Nah.
ability to do the spine shatterer. Unless he accidentally
Hold
did
on.
that while activating his hammer from the ceiling.
Yeah, I was about to say he's gonna summon the hammer on
The
him.
systems put in place by Lord Vorthy.
Sid
must
gets his
be
back
undone.
blown out by Nero when
But
Nero
even as we tear
accidentally
down the
triggers the
old,
wrong button in the bedroom and
must give
summons his
thought
hammer from
to
the
the new.
ceiling.
Accidentally,
To what
in like
manner-
5 quotation marks.
Whatever
Oh my
the
god,
answer
okay,
may
hold
be,
on. So
We're building
I
lore
typed in
cannot
Nero
be
Sid.
decided by one man
I get the good one here.
And so I
Then-
propose that an open forum be held,
What have you done?
that we might
What have
all
you- what
discuss
have
how
you
best
Nothing
to
else.
strive towards a better future.
Oh, of course, Loth would find that style of gift too.
done? Divorce.
You just break him up.
For the record, because all people can't see the crow general chat, it's the heart amulet X my beloved gif, but one of them is going in reverse, so it's the two pictures coming together, and it's Sid and Nero, and it says now kiss, and then the second is it coming apart again, saying divorce.
However,
It is
there can be no
like
talk-
emblazoned over the now kiss.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
securing new sources of
Oh,
food,
that's great.
rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done.
But no, it's the
Too much
fashion in
for
your
a
lore
mere
is weird
man
because they
of
still keep
business.
the same
And
fashion
so
sense of
I
like, okay,
pledge
here's the fancy
instead
people,
to
here's
do
the people living in the
everything
fucking
my
streets.
power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved.
It's really weird too. Like
The road
like
before
post
us will not
Shadowbringers
be easy.
MSQ,
And
and
I
like
know
like
full
you
well
can still go to
how
like
daunting the
like
prospect
the
of
outskirts of
honest
Gilmore,
labor
and
may
it's still just
seem
a
to some of
slummed, a
you.
shanty town. But everyone's like, ah, no, it's totally fine now, guys.
Well, I mean, it's not like we can
But
we can
must
build them a new housing
accept
district
the
overnight.
reality
We
of our
only stole
circumstances.
3
We
Taloses.
must move forward.
It's not like everyone can immediately come up here. I think that the tower will collapse
This
under
much
everyone's weight.
we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their
Actually, wait, no, it
lives
can hold
to
all
bring
three.
back the night.
Well, there's at least like 20 guys.
Once we have shored up our city's
I mean,
foundations,
we've turned what was
and regained
formerly
some semblance of
Valtry's
normality,
lounging chamber
let us
into
reconvene
a public
to
stage
speak of the
for
future.
China's to address the people.
Yeah, it
His
just-
tankard
it
is still
stays-
there.
until
It
then,
just kind of stays a public
I
forum.
humbly ask that you lend me and each other.
I appreciate
no,
that
I think
China
Frank,
stays humble by not
for
getting
Yulma.
up on the platform, though. He's staying down to earth with the people. Also, we have another goth Aura woman in the lineup there,
Complete with fucking.
revealing that the top half is Castlevania, the bottom half is Zatanna.
Yeah.
Why? That's just bikini bottoms and boots.
And they got
And
fishnets
fishnets.
on.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the camera panned over, revealing what some of the guys were wearing fishnets. I'm like, yeah, that seems the place.
Standing ovation.
Like,
So specifically, it
was
is the
Good.
Nope.
specifically it is the Plaguebringer's coat and the Evenstar tights.
Ah.
This may or this, if you remember my summoner glam,
Yeah, I was about to say.
this is where I got
Oh,
it.
Yes, this is, you know this because you have this glam, yeah. I may track it down
Oh,
at one
we're
point.
almost done with 5.1.
Yeah, you've got a cutscene.
Also, yes, in case anybody didn't put it together from the title of the stream, but I decided to wander around and get a pittance of EXP as Dragoon today because, you know, Year of the Dragon.
Okay, they're getting better. Holy shit.
Also
oh my
'cause
god.
Oh, you're still in that fight?
Yeah, turns out by take it the cutscene, so it's the first time they're doing it, so they're all under fucking geared.
The best.
I
Like
don't know.
4 times.
Honestly, when I did that the first time, it was a lot easier the first time around.
I was in a voice call with 2 other people when I was in the first time I did it, so I could at least yell at them to move.
This sounds like my Chrysalis run earlier this week.
I did, you know.
I think I'm gonna take a nap after this.
Feel free, my guy.
I feel
I
like
understand
you need
the
to
pain
take a
Bastion
shower
grind.
and then a nap.
I
You
took a
need
shower
that.
this morning. I don't need another one right
Take
now.
another one. Fuck it.
I mean, Loth, I don't know if you should recommend Axe a cold shower because remember, for us, it's the middle of winter.
Let's take just
Damn it.
a shower.
I was
That
slow
man
again.
doesn't even have an undershirt.
I'm a humble
That
fisher.
bad.
I waited.
Hey!
I literally waited like 2 seconds too long.
That woman stole my hat.
And I'm just here, dragooning it up. Wearing the one piece of Dragoon headwear I can actually wear as a Fiera.
But is it real?
What, the headwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing a little spiky crown.
The One Piece.
What if the one piece is just a hat?
The One Piece is just a straw hat.
It's. Remember when they executed Gold D. Roger? He didn't have a hat. That's what it is. He just left it behind.
He just lost his hat. That's the real One Piece.
I mean, we do actually know where that straw hat from.
Yeah. Well, some people do, some people don't. I haven't caught up, so. Yeah.
I mean,
At some point, I feel like I'll watch the entirety of One Piece, but that's when...
I say it's. I heard the fast read. Now we're. It's not. It's not. It's slow watch.
I would not recommend watching it, but you do you.
Listen, I have never been one to actually get into reading things like that.
I'm pretty sure at this point the fan base has like their version of like the machete order or, you know, the speed cut. Like, you can just find an episode guy that is like, all right, watch these episodes. You can skip like these next 15. Watch these episodes.
No,
It's like a One Piece, I think.
there is there's just an outright fan project called One Piece that is One Piece Kai in the central
Cutting out the fast.
Yeah, they have just outright edited together scenes and bits and bobs to best replicate the pacing of the manga and cutting out a lot of math.
Sounds like what was it? The Phantom Edit, that fan edited version of Star Wars Episode 3 that made it look a lot better.
It's the same as Naruto Kai as well. I don't think that's what it was actually called, but there was a Naruto fan project that did the same.
I mean, yeah, it's Naruto definitely deserves it. That's
Omega.
another thing that's got way too much fluff. Yeah, what's up?
I honestly thought for a second there, because the way Ryunosuke was standing, that he was the next quest mark. I'm like, wait a second.
No, he's just vibing. He's just
Oh
chilling.
yeah. This is the patch quest, because it always ends with the name of the patch.
Well, and you'll always know because you'll get a title and an achievement for finishing a patch.
Need some water. I have a fucking head gig.
You said it was the Aft Castle, right?
Yeah, the ass castle.
I was doing the most, and I was playing fucking monk, and I didn't even have any of my medication. I wanted medication so fucking badly for all that shit.
Oh my god, doing that's gotta suck.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I kept doing True North, but like, it wasn't great that like I think everyone else was undergeared.
That happens. I must go back to. I must pray return to the Oculus. The Ocular Rift. Hey, Crystal Exarch, I've done some nation building in Yulmore. Cool. What does that have to do with our other problems? Don't know.
I mean, you're just Minfilia 3.0.
I don't think Reen appreciates you calling it that anymore.
I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. He would find as such.
No, Green was Minfilia 2.0. The Exarch can be Minfilia 3.0. We keep returning.
I mean, Reen never told me to pray return anywhere. If anything, Thancred told her to, like, you know, return places and get in line.
Honestly, Reen would probably more like, can I just come with you?
Just put her in my backpack.
I'm always reminded of the there is a God, what the fucking regional quests, like the things that pop up. Brain's blanking on what they're called now.
Oh, the Fates or the
Fates, yeah. There's a fate that in Almarong that is pray destroy the waking sands, and you just beat up the Debitiges.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know what's up.
Wow.
It did remind me. I was talking about, you know, the fan response. I was gonna point out, just in case anybody doesn't know, Yoshi P apparently was popped into a Chocobo server on JP's side to answer some questions earlier this week. Some lovely members of the greater 14 community translated his answers. There's some great ones in there. Somebody asked about removing the machinist's quote-unquote lunch boxes, and he said those are filled with love. We can't take them away. When asked about Hrothgar and Vieira headwear, he said they are still working on it. Please be patient. Also, similarly, said some stuff about some new character creation options. I wonder if all of that is going to come when they work on their visual tune-up stuff.
Yeah, I would assume that comes with the tune-up or like as part of Dawn Trail. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that they said that their next the quote-unquote graphical update will come with a
I have a
part
very
of the 7.0 cycle.
I have a very dumb question to ask.
Go for it.
How bad would it be if they just remade the game in a new engine?
Very bad. That would be very expensive and take a long time.
Yeah, that'd be very time-consuming. Remake the game and all the expansions in the new engine.
I mean, in a general sense,
the game's like 12 years old.
The best way to go about it is what they did, where they just cut off like the older generation consoles.
Which will not right now, but will happen again.
Yeah.
Your min requirements are going to go up very slightly with Dawn Trail.
Yep. Remember, the PS3 had to die for Stormblood.
No, the PS3 had to die for Limsa to live. If Limsa pre-Stormblood was respectfully disgusting from a distance.
You know that Twitter account, Can You Pet the Dog? It's like, you cannot pet the dog in Lethal Company.
Would it kill you?
I would not recommend doing that, yes.
Is it your life goal to take away any joy I have in this world?
I'm posting this in Crow General, what Limsa looked like pre-Stormblood and post-Stormblood. From one of the outer Lenosha areas.
Oh. Yeah. That's a lot to answer that. Like, no. I was just confusingly asking for clarification of that. Because I was like, wait, what? What is... There.
Yeah, like, they don't have to overhaul the entire, like, engine to make the game look better. It'll just come down to like minor adjustments to fidelity and all that, and like a lot of back engines.
And there are like sub engines inside whatever 14 is coded and built in. They can tune. Like they've talked about, there will be lighting and texture updates. A lot of that stuff is like very minute. I know that a lot of people zoned out when he talked about like they're working on new reflection textures for Aura horns, which make them look more keratin-y, for lack of a better term, more natural looking, and like very, very minor adjustments in how the bump maps of like Lalafell faces are built. But that is actually like the nitty-gritty of the tech update, and will involve refining some stuff.
Like there's sorry.
No, just has nothing to do with what's happening. I just want to share this with you guys because it fucking gave me a good chuckle.
But yeah, it's like it will not surprise me if like the expansion post Dawn Trail or at some point in between like Dawn Trail's post content they just have to cut off PS4 eventually. Not to say that like PS4 is still strong.
I mean, it's like an 8-year-old it's like a 5 or 8-year console at this point. I can't remember.
Yeah, like,
I think it's the 8.
Eventually, like as these MMOs keep developing, there has to be a cutoff point.
The funny part will be when they have to put the bullet in the Xbox Series S, because I'm pretty sure we will be getting 14 will be hitting the Xbox before Dawn Trail comes out. I believe their test should be sometime this month, maybe, is they're going to be their first Xbox test. But I believe they say it will be, Series X and S, and it will be interesting to know when they're going to have to put the bullet in the S, because I know a lot of people were like, Xbox has tried to be like, the S isn't a burden, it's perfectly fine. All those court documents from, like, the hearings about whether or not, it's okay for Microsoft to buy Activision Blizzard, several developers straight up said in documents that were released as part of the court proceedings that, like, keeping up with the Series S is kind of a pain in the ass because they have to hobble themselves. Among many other things.
I just never liked Xbox controllers.
They're okay. I think the the DualSense style, the PlayStation style. Very
The DualShock
smooth. I like
5
this a
has
lot.
been still so nice in my hands.
I
DualShock
always
5 is very
forget
well.
how packed just the Limsa 8th Rank Plaza is. It just whenever you leave, everything just pops back in.
Yep, the AFK in Limsa is a thing. I normally spend my time these days AFK in Gradania, which is more compact, but still a little jammed up.
More scenic.
Yeah. Always funny though when you just, I mean, you run into the normals. There's always somebody selling gold in the fucking town square, but you'll just catch random snippets of conversations and people in like say chat or
Random concerts,
Yeah.
random performances.
just people busting around. All right. I don't need to go through that portal to speak to Tartaru. I can pay a mere 210 gil to go to Revenant's Toll.
David, see the cutscene.
Hi, friends. I've already talked to you.
Oh, so that's where they go.
Yeah, they stay chilling there.
I left mine at the Bramble Path. They're just still there.
Oh, you just never done any Gunbreaker quests?
Yeah, I took the Jobstone, the weapon, and fucked off.
Oh boy, Chad, it's the
Same with Sage.
you're gonna get.
I need to-
Well, Sage.
I need to reach 80 to actually finish up the story.
Sage is a lot. They tried with the Sage storyline. Sage is a lot less interesting than Gunbreaker, I think.
I honestly,
Yeah,
I didn't
actually,
do the Reaper for that.
I like
storyline.
the idea of what the Sage storyline is, but it's very one note.
Actually, Omega, the best one is Samurai. That fucker is still waiting at the Coliseum for me to fight him. He gave me the Jobstone. I have him back.
You know that Samurai's old enough that I'm pretty sure that means there's like at least one skill you haven't unlocked. I'm pretty sure there's at least one move you have to get from a quest.
It's at least
Oh,
like
yeah,
most
surely.
of the 5060, yeah.
You're a wacky boy.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
Okay, but-
Sage is having done the like intro quest to Sage. It's interesting. It definitely smacks of that writing that you sometimes get in Final Fantasy XIV, where we're like, okay, this guy wearing a top hat and wearing a coat that's shaped like a dragon, he's evil, right? When will I realize that he's evil? Oh, 8 levels from now? Okay, cool. I'll come back. And then he turns into a fucking Zone of the Enders villain, like orbital frame. He turns into an evil mecha at the end.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about now?
Actually, do you not remember what the solo duty of the Sage Quest is like? The man
I-
grows like 3 times his height and like
I
turns into a
didn't-
weird angel Robo-Man.
Just so you know, I picked up Sage. I haven't done that quest line.
Okay, well, when you get to the final boss, it'll be an experience. You should check it out. It's
I've
It's a
excited
freaky
to do the
character
Reaper
design
quest
that
line,
doesn't,
honestly too, because
I-
I heard that
doesn't
one's
make
kind of
any sense.
dour.
I still need to. I need to finish Reapers. I have Reapers final quest to do still. I guess haven't gotten it.
I'll probably unlock Reaper.
I need to
when
get all
I'm,
my classes up to 80 and then 90.
in for
that out of the way.
we get into Endwalker.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions.
I've been
It
burned
should
down
slow the
14 for such a long
destabilization
time.
of their corporeal
ugh.
ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
Everything is normal in the first.
I mean,
There
you
is
can
no
say
more in
whatever-
the first.
Fine, normal.
Well, I was interrupted mid-sentence, so no, Axe, that's not what I was meant to fully say.
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they?
Ugh, well, fuck, I was so
Sounds
fantastic.
promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it.
It's too bad I can't like set up a fucking teleconference call.
Well, while they press on with their preparations,
They
you
will
may rest
connect
assured
call.
we will continue to do
No,
our
that would
part
be
here.
terrible. It would be like doing a fucking like this is gonna make me sound ancient, which is true. But anybody here remember old multiplayer games on PC that were play by email? You would, do your turn, and then it would email your turn
Oh.
results to the other person, and they would do it. That's what using
that was-
Feo-Ul would be like.
I thought that was a forum thing.
No, there are actual games that have. I've never actually used it, but I am aware of the function of play
This-
by email.
This actually just unearthed an ancient memory of me when I read Hikaru no Go. Hikaru no Go had a little like post-chapter discussion about how some people play just snail mail.
Back.
Yeah, that would be using Feoul to like conference call between Krail and Tataru and the rest of the guys. It would be like, all right, here's this note, take this back. All right, cool.
Actually, Omega, have you said hi to Titania anytime soon?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in the past couple. Anyway, hey, it's Asinian. Oh, it's your casual outfit. Mine's better.
All right, I forget this is how it is.
And none the worse for wear, I see.
I saw something today. I forget where it was, but it was just work email is just turn-based combat.
We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
Yeah, Meg, are you
Was that
mostly
you drew
wearing
aggro for the boss?
Yeah, this is the
level 70 set?
Yeah. Or 80.
It's a good
no.
set.
Yeah, it's whatever you get from the guy. I can't remember what we call that. Yeah, it's everything but the helmet, because Dragoon helmets are, you know, universal, scary, and dragon-shaped, which no longer fit over my ginormous
has become
ears.
more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol.
It's annoyed you can't figure out your stats sometimes.
Have they mentioned anything about female Hrothgar yet? Have I been out of the loop?
It's
no, not yet.
No official announcement has been made.
Because I do have a Fantasia in the wings for if more races happen.
But yeah, there's been no confirmation of a playable race yet. So we'll see what happens. This is it technically Saturday?
I mean, I do recall like Mel Vieira was like they never outright mentioned it. Like I'm sure they hinted at it, and just like right before Mocha they said, "Oh yeah, Bunny Boys."
After entering the Empire,
they revealed it by Koji Fox going, "Hey, what about?" And then he puts like the rabbit ears up as Yoshi P's on stage.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, if we get that announcement, it will probably be this Saturday.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are vibrating for it.
Inside a provincial factory.
I have seen a template meme from posters on Twitter who enjoy Final Fantasy XIV. Which is basically like the template is one folder says memes if X, the other is memes if Y, and then usually the third option is like an app or a note, which is just like then I die. You know, if it's not. But I've seen that about female Hrothgar. I've seen that about like what people want for the new mage class.
I'm just happy for like multi-layered dives because now I can see people be crazy.
Aligned.
Yes, the double die thing they announced is going to be great. Is that coming with? Yeah, you're gonna be able to. Items will be able to have 2 dies soon, multi-part dies.
Oh no, oh no.
You're gonna become poor, aren't you?
Existential crisis.
I don't think I'm gonna become poor. I have quite a lot. I have quite a lot of gills saved up from me penny pinching at every possible.
But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos ye
Stop
Galvus.
like actually just shouting when I start up a sentence.
No. I heard you start. Go ahead and finish.
You should just keep going.
Nor did the surprises end there.
No,
For
but
no sooner
honestly,
had we arrived
I
than
need
he
to
murdered
stock
his
up on more
sire in
dies
cold
in my
blood.
inventory because like I think I've got like
The Emperor
40
is dead.
marsh or forest green
This
dye. And I'm
sent
like, I need
Gaius
more.
into a rage, and he charged in, blade
Well,
drawn.
not everything goes with our screen.
But he likes it.
That's why I need to get more colors,
Oh, okay.
more different
I
variations
have
and shades of green.
I have a personal. There's a lot of greens.
Green is not the
Trinophica green. I have a personal plan in future for all like archer/bard looks. I've got a personal challenge. I need to make all of them yellow because archers in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance are yellow. Chat.
Like, quick question to you, Axe.
Oh, hold on. Shit.
Picture.
Oh, Creel 2.
What's wrong?
You had a fucking headache.
Cosmic
Just
migraine.
quickly, Axe. Picture my
got some
character
already.
in something that isn't green.
What if a green that was so dark it was basically black?
That used to be the kind of green I liked.
I do have general purpose dark green on me right now.
Well, that's fair. I say you make it work, but I also say it's like I just could never make anything I could wear green. So I just don't think green can work at every outfit imaginable. But you could probably make it work, knowing you.
Yeah, and I won't wear the outfits that green won't work with.
Fair, you're smart.
And
Also, that I know it's a blood splatter. It looked like a butterfly tattoo in his face for a hot second when I glanced over.
welcome to Xenos just cheating, as he has now echo magic power.
Yeah.
His sword is a lightsaber.
It glows
kind of OP
with his
now.
anger.
Kind of OP, just because he can't.
Yeah, he's fucking cheating.
Azure the Bird Rabbit. I think you missed the memo, buddy.
What a great fucking...
I immediately know what the quest is for.
No, I'm not on the quest. I'm just in those.
Oh, okay.
He's just the guy here, and I assume the last year's headings are out. He's like, I feel like I'm not dressed for the proper occasion.
Now watch as Xenos no-sells the Dragoon LB3.
Which I think is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how much lifting Gaius has been doing, but he was like, you know, a level 50 endgame boss. At the very least, Xenos should have at least 20 levels on him, but Estinian's been keeping up.
That guy's just leveled up a bit. Estinian's at least like level 80 now.
Well, I know that Estinian has been grinding because I fucking ran into him at the end of the Stormblood Dragoon quests.
He's been doing a lot of dragon relation stuff.
You know, I'm gonna leave that as it is. I want to say something about dragon relation stuff.
I mean, like diplomacy and like trying to avoid
Oh, hey,
more
it's
dragon
the blue one
hunts.
and the red one.
My Omikuji. Let's see what I get.
Is he gonna fucking... Yeah, I was right. Is he gonna teleport? Yeah, he returned. Nobody wants to question how Xenos just did that, by the way, guys.
I feel like they should immediately question that Xenos has also been compromised.
Yeah, how did
the blue and
Xenos teleport?
The blue and red Jonglier Imperialites.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what they are.
Basically. Their boss fight was way more... The Imperial version was way more annoying than those two randos in the solo version. And then Gaius blew them up.
I got a thing, Fortune. Let's just get this set up.
Here's the weird thing that... Go off.
I shared my fortune. It was pretty great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, say, Mega, here's the weird thing to say. You're not expected to forgive Gaius or him for being what he's like, but you're supposed to, I think, find him to be cool, I guess.
Oh, no, I think I picked up on that. And there are some people who are a little opposed to that, because Gaius does have a lot. Gaius von Balzar does have a lot to answer for.
Like, he believes that the thing is that he believes actually in the creed. He believes in the Kool-Aid and the Roman conquering thing.
What have you got? Aquavitae, combo, dive. That?
Good deal.
Oh, okay, good. It's the AoE combo. All right. Thank God it's Gideon.
What I'm hearing is the spam from eating your fortune is don't be greedy.
Look, it's not my fault. I have like 9.
Like 9.5.
Ah, and I look over at my 100k.
Yeah, but you know what you did.
I usually end up looking at a weapon or armor piece and go, I want to buy that. And then I buy that.
I just never buy anything more than... Fair, I just don't buy anything that ever costs more than 200k ever once.
Hey, the jacket I'm wearing, that's the current, like, armor set. So yeah, of course it's gonna be the most expensive thing on the market for us.
Alright, let's go.
The thing I've seen the most when it gets to like those diets that you're running around is something else. It's basically, it's just two cool edgy boys going about their business.
Yeah. This, though, I will say, this is probably, I think, the first time that we've had one of these characters be a guy that, like, wait, I know this class, though. And I was like, okay, what are my buttons? I can do my AoE dive and my AoE combo. Okay, I see what they want me to do here.
Yeah, I honestly do like how they've refined these kind of like NPC fights.
Yeah. That said, I do want to say I really wish, especially now that they've done it for NPCs as well as they do it in PvP, all of your button combos should absolutely just be one button that transforms. We have that technology. Oh shit!
I think in some cases, like, it won't work for, like, samurai, but there's some that can't just work.
I mean, not perfectly for samurai, but you could still, and same with Dragoon, you could still fork the buttons, so you need more buttons. But, like, why does my moon combo have to be, like, 3 button hits when I could just be, you do your 1 starter button, and then you pick what the next part of your combo is, and I can save the space.
Yeah, but you can still compact them when you're taking. I get that OGCDs have issues with rotation forward with it because they're a small delay. And when they transform over TTs, it's fine.
But, like, for Dragoon, for their AoE buttons, sorry to cut you off, for like Dragoon's AoE button, that's just three buttons that just flow into each other. There's no branch point. You could literally make that like a button that changes.
Yeah, like at some point they might have to compress some of the combos like that. But I think the big problem is just right now a lot of a few old school tanks have like dual combos that all spin off from the same.
Oh boy, we're getting weird.
Fun, Omega.
Paladin desperately needs to be compacted.
Yeah, my Paladin hotbar. Let me actually just pull it up. It was my main class when I went through Endwalker.
As you do.
So
I'm not sure what I'm
Are you gonna fight? Yellow? You said so?
No. That's alright. I'm out. I'm just out.
He's been cut off one too many times. Oh, thank God, we switched our moves. Cool, Astidian.
My Paladin hotbar is super little. A lot going on.
I think I'm about to go out to outside. Now it's gonna feel fucking again.
I have no further comments. Yeah, for Paladin, I don't know. I'm only Paladin at 80. I straight up have like on controller, I have a third hotbar because like putting all your shit as Paladin is everywhere. Because it's like I need magic bar, I need all my tank shit like mitigations and stuff bar, and then I also need my buttons to like just punch people, you know?
Yeah, for me on what the hardest part was just finding a place to put shield on. I don't really use it, but I need it to be vaguely reachable, and Shift 7 was the best.
Oh, that's terrible, friend.
Yeah. Like, but everything else I need my AoE combo, I need my magic combo, I need everything else happening here, but I have to fit shield box somewhere, and that's the only place it really can fit.
Things like cover, intervention, ridiculous stealth dodge, in the game, and clemency for those emergency cases that you need to get healing skills. Absolute mess.
I got great with worship today, so I think it's just telling me I should play more often, I guess, do economy things. Otherwise, I don't know.
Possible. I can't really look away right now.
It's fine.
That's the one time you see my tank romance, like, through the game. All my classes are at 80, so I really need to get my them right now.
I like the whole, like, just mid-hog mode.
Yeah, it's cool.
Also, this whole fight just before traveling for a lot of fucked up shit.
Well, yeah, we're rebuilding some weapons here, and I'm considering this, but also This is very. What I was going to say earlier, before we got into the thing, was this is very funny that like Justinian wasn't part of the crew when we did you know the first one of these. You know. Now he gets to experience this nonsense.
I think can't really check anything for it. Because they don't have like an extra
No, you need to have all the separate songs. You need to have the things that go layer close for the other songs or things. So it's like, I think it doesn't really need more buttons, but I think I don't know. I just don't know where you add to it at this point. It's already refined with shit already. It's like 80, it's like 70 to 90, like it's after 70, like up to 90. It's mostly just refinement editions. It's not really like whole new things.
Red Mage probably like because Red Mage is already very forward thinking because half your buttons switch anyway.
Yeah.
You notice for like the level 80 to 90, it's just big buttons are what your build turns into when you're ready to have. Like you just get gold and torch and resolution replacing builds, but you don't have to spend one space.
Aren't they got mostly just two buttons? I don't really know if they get different.
Yeah, because like the other thing is too is like the summoner rework is enormous for hot bar.
Yeah, it's only like really like 12 spots.
I could almost get all this stuff on hot bar without
Yeah, like I did 3 because I just have it set up like that, and it still flows pretty well as 3 hot bars. It's just a 3x6 for me. It's really cute.
Well, this is one way to do it, right?
A little extra stuff.
Pose. You didn't do the foot thing though. I have some notes.
That's
spiritual. That's spiritual.
That's just annoying to me because it does have the transforming buttons. It's like, God, why is this the only class that has transforming buttons?
It has transforming buttons, but it's still pretty complex in terms of like of all your tank OG off cooldowns.
What's the bang into your continuations?
I don't mind that though. Like it's like it has a nice rhythm to it.
It works really well. I really wish other classes would come out their buttons like that.
I mean, like it might happen at some point soon. I feel like it would not surprise me if Dondril did that because what new button are they going to give Paladin? Like there's too much space on the hotbar.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I know that Summoner gets reworked a lot, but Summoner did get a rework with Endwalker, which makes it very simple. You do not have a lot of buttons as Summoner endgame because you don't need them. They've like reworked
I think
the
they
class
could add
very
another summon
direct.
to Summoner for 200.
I mean, they probably could, but like, because like the big thing with Summoner is that it does have transforming buttons as well with its
peer into my past. Did you?
With its primal abilities, like
yes.
the gem shine and shit, like that transformed as well. So there are modern touches among all the various classes.
But it's definitely like if especially if all you have is just like you have a basic like melee 3-button combo, which I don't even know how many that does describe anymore these days, but like a lot of them start that way. We could refine that very simply because like every class's PvP version does that already. You know, they're already like, okay, sure, we compacted you to like 3 buttons. You just press them in order. You do slightly different animations and damages. Go nuts.
I'm imagining the Gnashing Fang combo on Gunbreaker, but 3 separate buttons, and it's terrifying.
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did,
Gunbreaker
but
and
I
Dark
bore
Knight
witness
are the
to it
only
all.
ones with a simple 3-piece combo, nothing else. Paladin and Warrior, as the OG tanks, both have a separate ender that gives them a different buff.
We can still combine their
Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived.
Oh wait, hang on.
It was then that Xenos took his leave.
Paladin is just Fastlight, Riot Royal Authority, and the other stuff.
Oh wait, no. Paladin. I guess they changed Goring Blade. Goring Blade is not part of the.
Yeah, it's just a.
Yeah,
they made it an off cooldown thing. Now you can weave.
I forgot about it. I don't realize that. So yeah, a Warrior is the only one that still has the
escaping death, jumping from one body
Warrior
to
is
the
the only
next,
tank
and
class that still
returning to
has
his
a
own after all this
superfluous
time.
button, but it also is the damage
He
buff.
is an Ascian in all but name.
Which one is that?
Surging Tempest. Their Storm.
Oh, right. Yeah, the one you do like when. I mean, eventually you stop doing that because you get charged off doing AOE anyway.
I mean, yeah, but like, I think you still need to throw it up to get the buff initially.
Also, gotta be honest, I don't.
My concerns are far more
obviously, there's
prosaic.
something to be said for like making classes
With the
similar to
Emperor
play.
dead and the Crown
Warrior
Prince
is
missing,
already probably like
Empire
the
is in
best tank
disarray.
class in the game right now. They probably don't need any help.
Yeah, and it's already a compact enough tank comparatively.
Until order is
Tanks, they always
restored,
have, like, 10
assuming it even
mitigation buttons
possible,
that have to be
we
there.
needn't fear an Imperial
Yeah,
reprisal.
that's the thing too. Like,
And for reasons
like,
of his own,
looking at
Xenos
Warrior,
took it upon himself
like,
to rid the world
Warrior
of
and
Black
Gunbreaker
Rose.
both,
Riol
like,
has already
they're
gone to
fairly
apprise the
simply
Alliance
designed
leaders of
classes,
these
but
developments.
the top of my hotbar is just littered with like 7 just global tank abilities.
I think about Machinist, where you technically can't really condense most of it because it's kind of all of it is meant to be your like stuff that you. It's all meant to be the extra shit that you have besides your basic combo. So I feel like most basic like 3-hit combos could probably be condensed into one button.
Yeah.
I think most classes could do that. Besides that, Machinist, I don't think you can really do anything else. It's already shifted how they do things.
Shortly after leaving
Needs
Garland.
that, like, part of it is just like you need to. Part of Machinist problem is just that like. That's another one of those classes that has like a weird like, okay, I'm gaining abilities, cool, and then you kind of level out for a little bit, and then you start like, oh shit, I've got even more abilities now. Like,
I mean, you get
like
you get,
I
like,
had to completely rethink how I had my
you get your
hotbar set up for
clean,
like.
Your burst window, it's not that big, and then you get like chainsaw and like air anchor, and it's,
air anchor replaces a shot an ability you already have.
it makes it good, yeah.
But like I remember I was like, oh, I need to remap my hotbars for Machinist because like now I've realized that like, oh yeah, no, I can set this up so that just Bioblaster is just my AoE setup. Like it's there when I'm like I put myself in AoE mode. I'll use this or that. And maybe flamethrower. Mostly I just flamethrower as a
only
meme.
use like 40% of the time.
He didn't elaborate.
Mostly I just do it for a meme. We could probably like improve flamethrower somehow. And that could
I
probably
mean, it's
be
true
great,
damage.
But, like,
I believe he has well and truly
yeah, but
shed
it's
the
very
Black Wolf's
silly to
pelt.
just. I mean, it's
I
funny.
I mean,
It's no
it's
longer
just
his
for big
objective.
pulls.
But it's
We may
very
safely leave
weird
him
to
to his
like
own devices.
stand there. The problem Axe is that they're assuming that at some point the big pull stops, which is not usually how big pull tanks work.
I mean,
I guess it stops when the tank fucking dies.
I mean, they could do like Samurai, and they could make a secondary thing that you use the flamethrower cooldown for. Like in Samurai, they had a thing where like you have an AoE version and a single target version of each thing.
You have the Gurren, and I don't remember what I have the single target one, but I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But yeah, that could probably would be a decent use of the flamethrower to put a different cooldown for like a big single target bada boom. And who knows, maybe they will do that.
A thermite shot would be cool.
Actually, some
Well, it's
fiddling
nice
with
to have
wildfire
one
would be
less foe
interesting.
to
Like,
worry
it
about,
works, but
even
also
if
we
we
could
do
probably
have a
do more.
mysterious new threat to look out
There's
for
definitely two
instead.
classes you can't consolidate their main combos into singular buttons, and that's
Speaking of
Monk and
which,
Dancer.
I'll see that
Yeah.
Riel and Al Shinobi are made
Those
aware.
both require you
Monk's a bit
Still no
weird
next
because it has
to
two different versions of each of its main hits.
But also, you have a skill that lets you do any of those hits in any order
Well
you
then,
want, so you can't
With
just...
Black Rose
I
nipped
mean,
in the
true.
bud,
I
I
think
believe I've fulfilled my part. of
The
the
answer there are
bargain.
too many coin
As
flips involved.
someone who main dances, you can't cause all this anymore. Axe. There's
Well,
no way
also,
to do it.
If you're standard setting, you need all 4 of those buttons to
That's
exist.
true, but
That too.
Yeah.
with the Archon still
Like,
slipping
it would be
away,
interesting
The only way they
we
can
were
consolidate
hoping
it is
you
if
might
they
agree
made
to
an
stay with
extra
us for a
button to
little bit
swap
longer.
between melee and AoE stances, but they wouldn't do that. That's bad. That would be awful.
I would say. Sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking about Dark Knight. It's
Sorry,
like they
but I'm not
added
inclined.
targetable mitigation and Shadowbringer as your level 90, and then added it to your simulacrum. It's like I don't
Thank
really
you
know
for
what
help
they
then,
do besides, I
Eskimian.
guess, upgrading the simulacrum
I see
again,
why
and I don't
Alpha
know, making. I mean, I guess they could make Tibion better just to be funny. Be funny if it was better.
That'll come up with something. We're gonna get 10 more levels in Dawn Trail, so you're gonna get every class I think will
Farewell,
get
my
at least
friend.
one new button.
See
They'll
that you
have
don't
to do
make a
something.
habit
I mean,
of dozing
sometimes
off in
some
battle.
don't. They'll just get refinements. Some just get upgrades.
I mean, I guess technically you could do it so that it replaces a button you already have, but like I think the community would be upset if you gained 10 more levels in classes and nothing changed. Also, mathematically, I don't know how that would
Literally
work.
what
Monks had that.
happens, like-
Monks had that like multiple times.
I mean, yeah, but who plays Monk?
And I think
But,
Monk's happy about that, Axe.
But generally speaking, like I know Ninja. I don't think Ninja actually got any new button.
No, it did.
Or-
It got Raijin. It got Raijin Lightning. Like you basically got 2 extra buns there too, at the very end. Plus,
okay,
I think
okay.
a little bit more
I
of
do have
a little more durable use of like your main combo and how you use your key.
Now,
Yeah,
this is
like,
very interesting, Axe. I see that you have logged out, but you are continuing to talk about Final Fantasy XIV.
Because I'm stuck under my desk right now, so I'm just talking so I don't feel the pain.
Okay, all right. Anyway, Ninja. Oh, fuck. Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom. You okay? Did you actually fall out of your desk?
Actually, I'm stuck under my desk, yes.
Okay, all right. I would... Well, no, I can't. I would talk shit about rearranging the desk, but, like, I have a giant fucking cabinet desk that I can't move anywhere, and it's... Yeah.
I do kind of wish they removed the ability to fail your mudras. That is the main reason why I don't like Ninja that much.
Nah,
I mean, you just gotta learn to do it by
Put that money on your head, dumbass.
Well, it's
You
the
deserve
double.
it.
That's okay. If you're bad at Ninja, we've made Ninja 2. We're gonna make Viper.
It's just like I just hate it so much.
And it's gonna be simple enough that I can play. We hope.
I mean, honestly, like Ninja is like I've never really found Ninja's mudras that complex because like it all depends on your starter and it all depends on your ender. It's the ender and the number of mudra you use is what
Not that it's complex, that in the heat of the moment, sometimes my finger jitters on the same button and I double tap it.
I think that just requires... Okay, I think that's more of just
Yeah,
a
I mean,
thing.
I wouldn't mind if they... Idiot-proof is the wrong word because it's about, like, physical dexterity, but...
I don't know how you do it on a controller, because a controller is like you just keep fucking...
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do that on a controller, but if you're just clicking, like, hotkeys or something, or physically clicking with your mouse, I could totally see, like, a weird thing. Anyway, I'm all fucking exploding in Civil War again.
It's like, oh boy, my burst window was ruined because I accidentally jittered my button and
Oh no, what mysterious question mark individual is talking to... Xenos?
I don't think you want to know.
it's that guy.
You really don't want
Wait
to
a
know.
minute. That outfit... Hey, remember how I said there's a weird guy in the Sage Quest line who's wearing a top hat and wears a coat that looks like a dragon? That's not that outfit that guy's wearing, but with the hood, he has the hood up. Hold on.
This outfit existed before that.
I know it did. But it's very weird that I could process this information in that order.
Whoever
I immediately know that this person is bad.
Whoever could that guy
Shit.
be, I wonder.
Let's talk about Zodiark.
You should be able to immediately recognize him from the bottom of the face.
No?
No? There's nothing about his face that's notable.
Completely generic and...
He has a Final Fantasy face. I'm curious if it's old Eldidibidus
Yeah,
in a
Axe,
different
like,
face, but...
you say that like there aren't like 4 face models for every race in this game.
You're fucking right.
There
I'm
are.
sorry.
It's not
I'll just go lay back down in pain.
Maybe after the graphical update, there'll be enough of a difference I can tell his face apart.
not like he has Sid's facial hair or something.
And,
and
like
you're
Goggles,
right.
Goggles
I was
like
wrong.
hard embedded into his forehead.
I'll figure it out later. Anyway, we're back in Norvrand, and these guys are just doing their own thing.
Back to cool things.
Yeah, they're nation building. That's kind of neat.
wants to impact something a scholar, but at the same time, I don't know what I would do with it.
I'm gonna go pass out now. See you guys.
What, playing Scholar?
Yeah, it's like I feel like something should be compacted
Good night,
here, but I don't know what.
Oh, compacting Scholar. I mean, I'll be honest, we don't need Ruin 2. It's not a useful button.
Yeah, that one I don't even have on my bar. Because I don't know why it exists.
That was a dramatic ending.
It's technically a movement option, but in the worst way.
Yeah, it is. It's movement option if you want to say that, but it's not that good.
Sorry, I was busy focusing on something very unusual happening in the cutscene.
Yeah,
What
no,
button in Scholar are we talking about?
I looked over and saw that. I saw that guy.
What button on Scholar were we talking about?
Ruin 2. Your
yeah,
instinct.
no, yes. I thought that is very weird, yeah.
If
I have
I'm
Scholar at
moving up
55.
my Scholar, I'll just use bio or one of my instant heals. I don't need no Ruin 2. So
Creel, are you being sarcastic right now, telling me what a surprise it is? I literally didn't move. I know it was between patches, but, like, that's still weird. That's not what you would lead. I know you're implying that I left, but I didn't leave.
They just have to put that into all of, like the patch starters because they don't know when you're doing this. So like they can't just say, okay, hi, how you doing, buddy?
Also, that would require us to think about how much time has passed, and that would probably break some people's brains in the writing room.
If they were
Oh
going
yeah, traditionally speaking, I believe they prefer it to work like every expansion and post content is roughly a year's time roundabout. Like obviously, it's been broken a lot, but the general consensus is that a patch cycle is 1 year in Final Fantasy time.
Meanwhile, if they were going to remove the button from Black Mage, it would be Scathe. Black Mages would not miss it.
That's gonna be their new level 100. Is they're gonna turn Scathe into a button that actually does something.
It's going to be Super Scathe. Or like
I've said this before, but I find it very funny that Scathe is known probably more popularly as a bad button because of 14. Because, and I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but in 12, Scathe is the ultimate black magic. There's no like Ultima in that game, so Scathe is your highest damage non-elemental AoE spell in 12, and I'm just like, that's funny.
And in 14, it's just it's the Gamba spell that you would never want to cast.
Oh boy, potency of 100 with a 20% chance to double.
Yo, but that could be more than my Fire or Blizzard, guys. It's worth it.
So would it be a valuable button if they just made the level 100 version and always does the double potency?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If they made it 200 and then doubled, maybe.
Its only benefit is that it's an instant cast, but no one cares because they're a black mage and they're standing still anyways.
Yeah.
That is generally just a weirdness of the launch 14 mages, where they all have a button that is meant to be a movement cast spell, but no one uses them. Really.
Yeah, because I think everybody just adjusted. So my hammer flat's neat. And then of course you've got, so I busted my kit here. Put my red on. Also, there are some classes where they're just like, fuck it! Double cast. Every other cast, you don't need to move.
Yeah, red mage is just like, I heard you like instant. The good old res mage. What if I just casted a cure into res?
I also like that because of the way double cast works is if you're in it, like I've done this several times to myself and others, if you're in a pinch, it's just like, okay, Vercure, and then another Vercure. Does it matter that Vercure doesn't have as much spice as some other healer spells? Well, it matters less if I could just always cast 2 of them back to back.
Yeah. And again, like Vercure into Ver-Razor or something.
Yeah.
Why not?
Still the weirdest skill I've gotten as a red mage because it's like technically a movement option, but not a good one.
Which one?
Reprise.
Yeah, I actually looked online because I unlocked Reprise. You can see it on this hotbar right now on stream if you're watching along, people. And I was like, "Hey, internet, what is Reprise for?" And they're like, "Mostly nothing. I guess the main thing is if your charges are, like getting full, but you're not ready to do your burst window, you can use Reprise to spend a little bit of your bars so that you're not being like suboptimal." But it's a really weird niche use.
It's one of those skills that's only used in the top 0.1% of play.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm sure some people would be upset if it went away, but also, like I said, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I have no idea what to use this button for.
Even if those people would be upset, they wouldn't be that upset.
Yeah, I've put. I was wondering what Reprise was when I opened my hotbar, and I realized I put it at like Shift 9 because I just didn't know where to put it. I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna use this.
Hey, Dorcas. I am happy to see you. I'm not.
They're here, Commander.
I look distinctly unhappy to see Gaius. I wonder if he's gonna ask me how fucking glib I am.
Half of the classes just have that weird skill that you look at and it's like...
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark.
I also I want to point out, Garleans are known for being, tall, swarthy, etc. Look how fucking tall my boy Raban is. He looks like he's... The only reason why he seems like he might be shorter than Gaius is because his hair is cut shorter.
Well, and he's also next to and I know he is a human, but he's definitely using an Elizan model, I'm pretty certain, to be taller.
Mayhap things would seem clearer were
they get shaved off his ears.
Well, I'm afraid
Yeah, I
the
think
situation
Maximus
will not
got
afford us that
an
luxury.
Elzen body type, and they just gave him different ears and stuck
yeah, I
a
do
sticker
know-
on his
I do
forehead.
I
believe
trust
most
you
Galleons
two
use
require
the
no
Elzen.
introduction.
What
We
makes
meet
it
again,
very easy to see
hero
which
of
two buttons
Eorzea.
to cut, because Cure and Medica should just turn into Cure and Medica 2. Because if free Cure is a
Must we
worthless
repeat
trait,
this
and I don't know why
ridiculous
basic
display?
Medica exists.
I pose no threat to you. Though
I haven't
what I
started
come to
leveling,
warn you
you know,
of very well might.
Conjure into weight. What does regular Medica do?
Regular Medica is just an AoE heal.
Had he
for
meant to
300.
do us harm, I hazard he
And
would have
And
Medica
Medica 2 is
We
a
need not
200
pretend to be
heal,
the best
but with a
of friends.
100 regen over
But I
15
hope we
seconds.
can
But you
put
also
aside
have
our
Cure
differences
3,
for the
which is
present.
a big AoE heal, so you'll never use Medica ever.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
does seem
you,
redundant.
You would, because it costs almost twice as much mana.
But you're still
cap.
probably going to use one of your other AoE heals instead.
Yeah, it probably depends on how much resources you have. I can see at lower levels, you know, you're like using a little less juice.
As
but...
you are doubtless aware,
But that's why it turns
Sir
into
Estinian
Medica
and
2,
I
so that
cooperated
once
to
you
rid the
get
world
it,
of Black Rose in your
it just
absence.
becomes the new button.
Remember,
Also,
new
Our
buttons are
journey
cool.
together
One
took
is
us as far as the
inexcusable because
Imperial
free
Palace,
cure exists as a
where we
trait, and all
witnessed
it does
Emperor
is every time
Varus meet
you
his
cast
death
regular
at
cure, you have a
Xenos'
15%
hand.
chance to make your cure 2s cost nothing.
Well, Cure 2's like twice as much mana. If
Being the
it's free,
sole
it's better.
witnesses to this
Except for the
crime,
fact that
and in
Cure
no
1 has a
position to
cure
defend our
potency of
innocence,
500, and Cure
we were then
2
forced
has
to
a
flee,
potency of 800.
each pursuing his own avenue of escape.
Yeah, but you can like if you get the free cure, you can just throw it on for free. But I don't see a problem.
50% chance.
Yeah, I think that the issue I definitely see is like, okay, so I can't count on this cure effect happening, so I think in a crisis, I would just cast the cure 2 and eat the extra MP cost.
The Cure 1's potency is too low to make tanks actually stay alive when they need it.
If
When we were
maybe
later
they
reunited,
you know,
Estinian
changed
claimed
it
to
a
have
little to make it
encountered an
more
unfamiliar
reliable
kind of machina
or
during
something,
his
I could
flight.
see that staying,
But
but
to
it
me, his
definitely does kind of
description
seem like...
seemed anything but.
and that seems to be where a lot of it, like,
Upon
same with the
investigation, I
Scathe
found that I
for
was
Black
right.
Mage and some of the other complaints we've had. A lot of it seems to come down to when you're flipping coins, like, that's hard to build a common use strategy around niche cases.
If I wanted to flip coins, I would go play Dancer.
Nothing but coin flips.
Look,
The
Dancer's fine.
Empire is
I don't know what you
developing
guys'
a new
problem
Ultima
is.
What do you
weapon.
mean? I love Dancer. I'm saying that if I want to play a class
What, that
flips
Allagan
coins, that's what I'll go to
monstrosity,
right now. I'm not
created
going
to
to flip
vanquish
coins when trying to
primals,
keep my party alive.
with which you yourself once
I don't know,
stood
that
to
sounds
conquer
fun.
Eorzea.
Creel, I really don't need you to give me an as you know about the Ultima weapon. Do you know how many times I've run that fight?
But Omega,
The same.
the Ultima weapon.
In my foolishness, I sought to harness its
Causes
power,
such devastation.
and became the Ascian's
But wasn't
pawn
your
in so
intention.
doing.
I don't know. If you push the button in the soundboard, maybe you'll find out. I'm pretty sure we still have that.
Let
one.
me real quick.
But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
Man, I'm wondering what they'll give crafters in the next 10 levels, because crafters have
Oh,
a
it is just
lot of
self-devastation,
buttons
damn.
that all do something very specific.
Yeah,
The
my
weapon itself,
I've
excavated from
thankfully
beneath this
managed
very
to,
city, was
put all my
destroyed ere
crafters
we
on
could
the same
fully
hotbar,
unravel
so I
its
never have to worry
secrets.
about
And that should have been the end of it.
figuring out what buttons do
But
what.
unlikely as it
I'm
sounds,
always terrified of a new
the
expansion
Empire's
because
efforts
I have to
recreate it
reconfigure
have somehow
every single
borne fruit,
crafting
primarily
hotbar.
through
I've
secret
meticulously
research
copy and
conducted by
pasted
the
my
7th
crafters'
Imperial
hotbars
Legion, it
along
would
each
seem.
other, so I never have to wonder where a button is.
Wait, the
Yeah.
seventh was all but annihilated at Cartano,
But it's like, I
along
wonder
with
what
its
new toy
negators.
you'll get in the next 10 levels.
And figuring out
Few
where to put that
survived.
new toy and
The
then
7th,
everything else
as it is now,
as
has
part
little
of the
in common
domino
with the
effect of
Legion
moving
led
things
by
around.
Vandarnus,
Listen, it's going to be
and its
great to be
leadership
able
has
to auto
changed
so
hands
high
several
quality level
times
90
since.
crafts, though, once we get there.
Precisely how this
Trained
project
eye
has
is such a
continued
lovely skill,
despite
'cause if
such
you're 10 levels
turmoil,
over a thing,
and under
just
whose
make it high quality.
auspices remains a mystery.
Just skip the process.
Wait, where is that?
It's the level 80 skill train.
Oh, I got a train guide.
Yeah.
What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
Yeah, that's the fun part of crafters is that they keep having to find
attempted
new
to stop it,
ways
but it was all we could
make-
do to slow its
give
progress.
crafters a new
So
little.
we resolved
do that.
instead to
I
bring you
love and hate
warning.
rapid synthesis
And
because
right glad are we that you did.
500% efficiency,
Though
success
it
rate
soundly dashed
50%.
our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
But in high-end crafts, your
As it
CP
is, we've
very
begun
important,
to
so the
strengthen
fact
our
that that's
presence in the
free
Gimlet Dark,
and is so
and are assembling a
effective
force to meet
makes
the
it
coming
worth
threat.
it.
A force with
Boy,
you
it's time
in
for
its vanguard,
Gimlet
I
Dark
hope.
2. Also, I have a very serious question at this meeting.
Before you
Maxima's
say
an
anything,
ambassador, yeah?
I know
Why does he
full
need so
well
many
you
pouches?
have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in
why do you have so
peril.
many
I
Don't
would
worry
not
about
ask you
it.
to forsake them.
It's just the same outfit he's always worn. Don't worry about it.
But the fact remains
Where can I
that
get that many
you
pouches?
and you alone have faced
You know what?
the
Let
ultimate
me look it
weapon
up. I'm sure I
and
can
emerged
find the
victorious.
outfit.
We need you.
Just give me a little
And
look
so,
through the crafter
when the
window.
time
You could
comes,
probably craft something very
If
similar.
your comrades can spare you, I bid
In the meantime, I switch back to red, so I'm dolled up in the...
the Ascian's downfall
Where's his
must be
gear?
the work of my
Show me
remaining
his gear.
days.
Game.
I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even
Along
if
the
it
same line
means
of
begging
crafters,
your
what
aid.
abilities are they going to give gatherers?
The
for next
fates will
levels?
enjoy the
That's
irony.
another great
Even
question,
as-
because I don't think I can think of a single thing gatherers need anymore.
If you
Yeah,
reach a level 100 in a Gatherer, they should give you a button to
I too
fight
shall make
mobs.
for the border and offer my skills, meager to receive this company.
Just hit him with
No,
your
Perhaps
tools.
we shall meet there
A
anon.
button explicitly so you can gather the leatherworking stuff and things.
I
Yo.
mean, strictly speaking, I'm pretty sure that is just called go to a combat job and kill the thing whose leather you need.
Okay. I've
actually extract the materials directly from mobs as gatherers.
I've found a character who is
Though we
just
can ill afford to ignore the coming
it's
of a
just
new
Maxima.
ultimate weapon.
and he
Our
has his
friend's
gear.
plight grows ever more
Apparently,
precarious, and
it
none
is
save
the
you can join them in the first.
heavy filibusters
Briefly say a thing.
Gambit of maiming is what has the pouches.
Maiming, interesting.
I've
Also, yes, Axe, you came back. What's up?
I only hope you are not
For
forced to
gatherers,
make
you
a
could just
choice.
do a button that gives you high quality gathering materials again, even though that might destroy the economy.
Oh no.
Just make it so you automatically get high quality versions when you gather, instead of just making it a chance. Just you get it as your level 100 thing. So,
Yes, the materials that no longer exist.
well, yes, but now it will make certain crafts easier.
Bring them back.
I mean,
Some
like,
of them exist.
I feel like it would be really, really stupid if they brought back high quality materials and making a big show of removing them from gathering.
I mean, yes, but I'm saying make it not like make it just a thing where you just you automatically get them. So it's more just a thing for being level 100. It's not
I mean,
like a chance thing.
They would probably have to rework the class a second time because they changed the high quality gatherers into the gatherer's boon, which just gives you more of the item.
I mean, yes, it's just.
I mean, I do wonder if they could like reintroduce high quality in a certain way, but use it for like new recipes, so they don't have to make a shitload of new random tchotchkes for you to pick up. I mean, they'll still do that, but
They probably could, but the other aspect is of it's weird with gatherers where they've always been in a weird place in terms of how they function.
Another option is one that just makes rare gather spots spawn.
Oh, forced spawning of timed nodes? Oh no, that'd be terrible.
That would be nice, just to circumvent that, because that is always the one problem I've hated about omnicrafting and gathering, is getting into the cycle of the rotating gathering nodes.
That one. Well, we'll grab that later.
I've lost many hours just doing that and not realizing how much time it's taking to do, and I hate it. I don't like it. I don't want to do it.
Could do something to make kind of to revamp collectibles as gatherers.
Oh god,
Collectibles are just kind of the end game for like scripts.
Collectibles are fucking.
It's just a script thing
Also, by the way,
nowadays.
completely unrelated to this, but I want to throw this out there. I feel like the game is trying to upsell the ultimate weapon a little too hard.
I mean,
they're talking
listen,
about how
it-
terrifying
it's-
it is, but like, listen, I know it was only the prototype, but like, I've crushed prototype Ultima with 31 other bozos lots of times. But obviously the game doesn't know
have
that.
you witnessed Ultima?
Yes.
Okay, silence meme. But
What do you mean? It's a good song. Shut the fuck up.
okay, fair. But you're just doing it because it's a meme, dude. But anyway.
No, I'm not. I'm doing it because it's a good song.
Axe, you don't. Vesper isn't
I'm-
like Loth and will get angry and leave the conversation after you interrupt them enough. If you keep engaging, you
That's
will
not my
die in this
intention. It was
mud.
more just like Vesper's only said. At least
It was not
they've
his
said like the last
intention.
20 minutes it's only just been memes. So it's like.
You've done this.
Did you just say it wasn't your intention, X?
Yes. Anyway, Axe, what the fuck were you trying to talk about?
I brought you down to my level.
Stop getting lost in the sauce. I didn't even remember
Okay,
what you were
Omega,
talking
if you
about.
listen, ignoring the fools. I'm in the fucking pit too. But anyway, remember, Ultima is supposed to be a magic nuke. They've now started commercializing the magic nuke. That's the problem.
I mean, well, actually, I don't remember. I don't know if they came up with it, but did they? Aren't they only able to cast Ultima because of the Hearts of Sabik?
The problem is they're trying to ignore the Hearts of Beak as a plot thread for now.
I mean, yes, I guess if they can mass produce the Ultima spell, yes, we should be concerned about that. That was very big. That is literally Metal Gear. But like, Ultimate Weapon itself is a fucking sucker.
Just kind of talking about it, there's going to be a side plot with the Ultimate Weapons as like extra content is why they're doing
I'm going to ask you to do it before you start Endwalker, because it's a very important thing that you do.
Well, isn't that really? Yeah, I'm about to say that's the trial series, right? Yeah, we'll do those. I saw the guy who does it.
Best Gundam story I've ever experienced.
I literally saw the guy. I was like, oh, that's this guy. I'll come back to him later. Especially because I'm pretty sure that some of the people who are fucking packed out now will want to be part of that.
Yeah, there's 3 things instead of just 2 that we have to do on stream.
Now that we are all here,
I'm trying to
probably to heal the thread at some point before all that, because I feel like it will just cut the vibe.
I don't remember where they're listed. Oh no, I see where they are. Thanks. Okay, yeah, I think that's what they're. Yeah.
Anyway, kids, let me explain to you what the fuck happened back in the source.
Yo, shit's wild over there, guys. You got no idea.
We must count ourselves lucky.
Yeah,
that Gaius has
Xenos
pledged his
de-deaded
assistance.
himself. And he killed Varus. I didn't even get to fight that guy.
I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern.
Honestly, I lost it. Never mind.
With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald.
Don't worry.
The Ultima Weapon may be but the
we'll fight him
first
in
of
some
many
like alternate
unpleasant
reality
surprises.
timeline at some point, I'm sure.
We'll find his other shard or something.
Oh,
I'll tell the one of the wandering minstrels about it, and he'll like imagine what it would be like if I fought him, and somehow in that memory, Varus will grow like 20 stories tall, and I'll have to like bench press him like it's fucking Metal Gear Peace Walker.
Varus will become a primal somehow. How? I don't know. The Wanda Mitchell said so.
I mean, I guess it depends if like how many people of the Garleans worship.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on, wait.
And doth compound our need to
the Garleans would probably need a lot of crystals because they don't have any Aether on their own. But like, if they prayed hard enough, would that work?
Well, if they didn't know they were doing it, but they prayed because that's how their culture works, it might just happen anyway.
Then let us address that issue.
Thinking or doing story about that?
Our long search for a means to see you safely home.
I'm pausing. Yeah, I don't have anything further to add at this time. I'll circle back to this thought later, but also I need to push these cutscenes so we can.
Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight.
Well, I guess when you hit the end of 5.3, there's a fight I want to be there for, but that's
we set out to create
I think everyone should keep it for around 5.3.
I'm also pretty sure since we only just finished, like this is the first quest in.
And after a good deal of
we're probably not gonna get to that tonight. That'll probably be next night. And if I get too close, I can cut it off.
It'll be within 1 or 2 sessions, depending
there's like a back-to-back thing I want to do.
That's really going. I want to be here for what a lot of people's literal favorite part of the entire game is.
I mean, it's also my favorite. Okay. I mean, it also has one of my favorites. It has literally my favorite song in the game.
I'm gonna assume, is it a duty or a trial?
Yes.
Okay, it's I mean, Axe said the back-to-back, so it's the trial part. Though that I assume most people are interested in the 8-man. That will be a lot easier to swing.
Well, and also, it was the song that I mentioned.
It wanted yet for a means to receive of them.
Yeah, it's also my favorite song.
It's very good.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan
not
emperors,
necessarily on 14,
which
but I
certainly
have
does
been
not flow
listening
within
to
Orosite or any other crystal.
Hoovering Shadow a lot, endlessly on repeat. So much so that I used it as the audio intro and outro gag for Wanted Koyan of Dark.
I will say, Omega, I feel like when you hit the
Just
new song that I think is my favorite, I think you might find the two of your
as a conduit of sorts.
We'll see what happens.
There's a story
That
behind
being
it
the
too, actually.
we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel.
Actually,
I don't know how much.
clarify,
how much
Omega.
luck
I
you
meant there's a song behind how it was developed. Actually, this is completely related. It's the song Soken made
I
to
am
fight off
hopeful that
cancer.
the records found
Oh,
within this
okay,
tower
all right.
will yield the knowledge we require
Yeah,
to pursue one
so
or the other of these
I want
avenues.
to say from like this point on, Soken is just in the hospital, but secretly and not telling anyone about it. Like 5.1, 5.2, he's working on music in the hospital and very carefully, like very supposedly after she peed. I think he was the only other person who like really knew amongst like the developing crew. And he's like, don't tell anybody. I don't want anyone to know.
But it's underlying
Everyone jokes that
principles
song
are
basically helped
so
him
very
win the fight,
different
which
from
I think
those.
is fair.
Probably.
It's
Positive vibes. And he's still
yeah,
swinging. He's better for it.
I know
Won
that
his
you can
fucking
ill afford
Game
to
Award
wait,
last
and
year.
it pains me that I must ask you to do so.
One of his next
I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
Yeah, like
Whatever
he
it
came
takes,
from the
I will
hospital
see you
basically
safely
and
home.
performed a Lahi on like a
The Ronkin word of power.
Ronkin word of power, because he just went up on stage and he's just like, I'm gonna do my thing now.
I love they literally tell you in the text description that like Lahi literally is, I think, the word of like, I forget what it actually means in Ronkin, but it's like it is like one of those
I
powerful
believe
words in
it's
Ronkin
because I remember
language.
reading about this. It's like it's a greeting, but it also means something literally like wake up. So it's like hello or get up.
Do you know?
Lahi.
Lahi?
I do hope you haven't come to
I've
tell us
always
that
just like saying
mortal peril
Ronkin
fast
word of
approaches.
power after because I feel like it.
Sorry, that's a great line, Crystal Exarch. Oh, I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches. That's
That's a
how
great
these
line.
meetings feel sometimes.
Yes.
I had hoped to speak
Every,
with the
every other meeting
warrior
it
of
does seem to be
darkness.
that way.
Also,
Oh, boy.
I finally remembered the thing I wanted to say earlier.
You got it. Okay, go for it.
But there is no need
It
to
was, like,
cut
way
short your
earlier,
meeting
but it was,
on
like-
my account. I will be
Xenos
waiting
feels more like
outside.
Ranjit now, and like just roll now in the plot.
I mean, kinda. At least I feel like Xenos at least has the upsell to like explain
Why not speak
why
in here?
he's that
She knows I
fucking
don't
jacked in the story because
Unless
he was already like
didn't.
the world's strongest Garlean anyway, and then he, ate a primal after he gave himself a fake echo.
I
Yeah,
always
I-
thought he
that's
lost
pretty
it
good
ever
chops.
since when he killed himself, honestly.
I would say that Ranjit's biggest flaw, as even I have to admit, he's cool. He's fucking cool. There's
Perhaps
no
I might
build up.
come
He
to
just
you.
shows up and he's like, I'm
Though
strong
I
as you
am
now. You're
woefully
like, huh?
ill-qualified to
What
assist
do you
in the
mean?
Exarch's research.
What?
I may
And then
have some
he
use
goes
to know.
away for like 4 levels and comes back again, and he's like, "Nope, still stronger than you." And I'm like,
I still
"Son of
hate
a
the
bitch."
train scene because it's like, dude, how the fuck did you get here?
He shows up in increasingly improbable scenarios, and we're just supposed to accept it.
Yeah. I mean, and I did accept it, but mostly in the sense that I'm like, well, of course he's not fucking dead yet.
Thancred has to kill him. Or I guess you have to kill him. I feel like you should have died to Thancred, honestly, instead of you.
The trap part just annoys me so much because there's no way he should even know you're there. Like, the whole thing was this was a super abandoned secret line you were taking, and he just drops out of the literal sky.
It is true that the whole point of the dialogue, why we were in the other half of Amareng we didn't go to before, was, hey, we're gonna send Alice the normal way, and she's gonna beat up the Yulmorans to, make them think that we're trying to go that way, and then Ranjit's just like, yes, that means they're going the other way.
Is it weird that I think he should have died, that Thancred should have killed him in that fight?
No, I don't think that's weird. I think I've heard other people express that as well, and I kind of agree, especially because
I'll
that's
be
a very...
honest, I forgot he didn't die in that fight.
No. When you do the solo duty to Yulmor, he's the final boss there.
Yeah,
It turns out he wasn't eating
wiped
seed.
out of my memory. I just assumed Thancred killed him there.
No, he comes back one more time. And I appreciate the effort of trying to make it satisfying that the player gets the final bonk in, but I'm like, I'm tired of this dude already.
It's like, no, you're Thancred's boss. You're Reen's other dad. You're like, he's
Yeah,
more his
the
catharsis.
themes worked much better that way than me finally beating you. I got
Either
my
like-
catharsis for Yulmor, facing Valthri.
I don't like that it kind of, especially Innocence. Innocence fight's great, but it's especially just a bit of, he also just kind of says like, no, I'm a fatalist. I'm not actually mind controlled.
Yeah, I just saw too much shit now. Meh.
I mean, I don't hate that idea because like of all the people who would resist that, like Ranjit would do it because I mean all you guys do it as well. So it's like.
Well, and it's I understand that like his perspective is that he's, you know, like, hey, I saw some Oracles of Light die. That kind of sucks. How can this fight be? How are we gonna win this fight?
It was like I think he was like implied to be like over 5 of them he's seen.
Well, he is a very old man, and Reen is not that old. And so we know that we burned through a few.
Reen is not that old, and like the fucking thing happened a long time ago in
we know that it's been over 100 years, so it's like okay, this guy would clearly have definitely known at least Reen's predecessor, and I don't remember, I think he says something like 3, like.
Yeah, like he makes an implication of numerous, like more than 2 at the very least, and
I could see how that could get a guy down, but it's definitely kind of like. Go ahead, finish.
Especially like with just how the Oracle of Light works, he's raising a daughter and watching her die several times, and he's like, man, fuck this shit.
The problem is that Vothri sucks so much. That it's like, why would you believe that this guy is cool?
Why would you think he was good? You might have. I've agreed with like his dad and maybe his like former adjutant, but like not Vothri.
Vothri literally grinds up Sin Eaters into Sin Eater green, like that, and you probably knew about that, Ranjit. That shit sucks. That's gross. Don't do that.
Yeah. The way I've interpreted it with Ranjit, it's just he's accepted that shit's fucked. It can't be changed. So at the very least, I'm going to assist in whatever bastardized paradise this is, so some people can be happy.
I have a question.
And
why is one of these
guys dressed? It's very flawed logic, but it's also like I think that's what's fun about some villains sometimes. Like there's logic, but it doesn't have to be 110% sound a lot of the time.
There's a guy here called It's Dawn, and that's distracting.
It happens. I always keep an eye out for good. 14 names.
You've got the returning player icon.
I mean, the Fed is in like a week or 2, isn't it?
Yeah, people are jazzed. Well, some people are jazzed. Some people are also like, I've done everything. I'm literally not playing 14 until Dawn Trail comes out. But, it's the weird. We all know the it's so over, we're so back cycle. I feel like I live and breathe that with so many things these days, and it kind of sucks.
I mean, 14's fine. It's both fun. It's like a perfect time to catch up, I guess, and not feel guilty.
This man is named Pepper Seasoning.
Because Omega, you have a deadline of you have to reach Dawn Trail by the time it's released.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm working on it. I think we should be able to do that. It's our first stream of the new year. It's January the 3rd. We are in the patch content for Shadowbringers.
You should have time if you truly just face it.
Because it's summer is when they've said the window for Dawn Trail is. And I hope that Lucky is also correct in that they give at the very least a more narrow release window. I also would hope for a date as well this Saturday. But that will, be enough to do the time budgeting.
The month is good enough for me, honestly. Just the month.
Yeah, that's a decent window.
I am actually going to hop off for a little bit.
I'm not playing 14 anymore. I should get going at a policy. I'm out of topics to bring up now. Goodbye.
Night X.
See ya. If you need a 4th person, you can yell at me, and I can probably find a way to make my way back. If a 4th person is like.
To be honest, I don't know if there's because I don't know the future. I don't know if there's like a dungeon coming up in this patch.
It usually goes like there's usually like one kind of content bit in a expansion patch.
The only thing is near like literally the last thing before the end. The only thing you gotta worry about.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll keep power eating cutscenes, and then once again next time can be all action packed. I do have to take a detour sometime because talk to you later. I do have to take a detour sometime because I have basically completely ignored actually the process of the quest chain to unlock the near raids because as I've mentioned before, I have been attempting to level Samurai and I have been working on other AAR classes like leveling Bard. Where are we going? Holminster Switch. Let's
My
go.
only real problem with low-level bar is the fact that you unlock your third song at level 52.
That's a very awkward level. I was talking about this before I actually got in the VC, but because I've been leveling Samurai, I always find it so jarring when I get level 50 content as Samurai, because it's like, well, I just have stickers, so like, okay, cool, those are cool, but like, that means I don't have a lot of things to do. I just remember to do my different, normal button combos. I can't like gap close. I can do my ranged attack. That's neat. That's about it.
I've come back to say a samurai thing.
Right?
Omega?
Yeah.
You understand? 50 is better because you actually can at least do a combo.
Well, yes, I know. I have all three things.
I think it's like, I think 50 is perfectly. I think Samurai's not playable till 50. It's not great. Like, it's better as it goes. Like, it's better at 60 and like.
I mean, it's still it's just
better
weird,
at 60 and 70, but it's like it's not playable till 50 in my book.
50 is definitely like the weird outlier where you're like, okay, we've got most of a class here, but this is definitely not where I feel comfortable playing this.
I mean, it was designed to be at 70.
Level 50 bar is just weird because it's like I have this 40-second downtime between my two songs.
It's why I keep saying this. Bard is not playable till 52.
Yeah.
No, Captain, it
Like,
wasn't us.
52, and then you're good.
The man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Like 52, it's like so. It's the only class.
By himself.
Like 52, and then it's like
Certainly doesn't
you
know
feel
Lightwood,
pretty good.
but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. Never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." That was it.
And then the level 60 skill you get, like, I think used to be something way more important, but then they like got rid of it, so it's just kind of an off cooldown thing you leave, I guess.
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though?
It used to be, I think, a very
those
big thing,
bastards who
like,
caused the
skill or
flood.
debuffs or something you put on things, but that's before. That's so back you actually do debuffs to things.
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her, the warrior of darkness.
Based on poison or your dot tick.
Yeah, like all the dots you stack dots on shit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, the song ticks used to be based
It's
on
an
dots
honor.
themselves. My understanding.
I like how it works out now because you just kind of float between the three, and then like I like it when you get to like 80 and then 90, where it just honestly what is it? It streamlines and like optimizes all the shit together to make it where it's
Since
like
the
there's a
Eater is
secondary
no
flow
longer
to it, and
afoot,
it just
our
works.
work here is done.
It's fun.
Meanwhile, I can't wait till Omega tries out.
I had hoped to fight at your side today,
Terrible that early.
but I'll
I
continue to
need to
follow
level
your
more
example.
Black Mage, but like
And
Black
may we
Mage
meet-
just feels weird after 60. It just starts feeling more weird as it layers upon itself.
Well, it feels a lot better than
I
getting
apologize
that,
for the
like, level
wasted journey.
15 where you
It
just
seems I
do
overestimated
everything.
the threat.
True.
Yeah, I'm interested, lore-wise, and it is Black Mage, it's a classic. I'm interested in getting that done, but also it's like not a great grind, and from what I've heard, maybe when I've pre-ordered Dawn Trail and I have an EXP earring or whatever it turns out to be. Once I have, a couple at least one class at 90, I'll get that,
As for this warrior
EXP
of
catch-up
light,
crunch.
I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own.
Boy, did I just
Whatever it
wanna
may once
stop
have
playing that
meant, it
class
is
when I
forever
started
tainted
leveling
by
it.
the association with the Flood. The
Now it's
Exarch told
fine.
me the truth of
Works.
Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they
There's
played
enough
some
quick-ass
part in your
things
own
that you don't
triumph.
feel completely
But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
Well, I'm pretty sure he can't be Ardbert because
But that is
I'm
neither
pretty
here
sure
nor there.
I'm Ardbert
I
now.
thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall
That'd
we
be a
return to the
weird thing to
Crystarium?
tell someone.
There is a proposal I should like to make.
Yeah, no, that's much like talking to that one quest giver at the end of the twinning. That's okay, I can't. You wouldn't believe me if I explained it to you. Just know that that's not how that works anymore. We're good.
They can't be them. I'm them.
Forgive me. There is one
He
more
told
thing.
me we fight as one, and his voice came out of my mouth, and then I punched, an Asian. And Lina would be like, "What's an Asian?"
What's an Asian?
Oh boy, okay, listen, sit down. I got a long story to tell you. And I just tell her the
sit her
entire
down and-
plot, starting at the ancients.
You just sit her down and then you
Personal
do, like,
concern of
Instagram
mine.
zooms out to the
I had
sun.
hoped you might have a
Going over the
moment to speak
horizon.
privately.
Yeah.
And she's just like, so what does this have to do with Ardbert?
Oh boy,
Take
you
your
don't
time.
even know, man.
I shall go on ahead.
It's funny. I do recall that this was a point that came up, but a lot of people seemed surprised. The latest Eorzea Encyclopedia came out, and it's got a lot of lore for, like, Shadowbringers characters and background and stuff, including some of their ages. A lot of people were surprised that Lina's, like, in her early 30s, I think.
I will not mince words. This matter
Viera
concerns
can live a long time. A lot of the important Viera NPCs in the Ratika Greatwood are, like, you know, over 100 years old, but I don't know. I personally didn't get a lot of impression
Though
that,
his
like,
countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has.
Line is very
He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
The Crystal Arc is like her grandpa.
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is much as he was.
Anybody should be worried about him. The man is part rock. He is literally part crystal. That's a little weird. I don't think there's anybody else with that particular problem. Though, they didn't show the visuals, but the ancient dwarves did have a problem where they turned to stone. I remember this from the Healer
He
Quest
seems a
flashbacks.
different man.
But at the same
A
time,
younger man.
that was the sole problem.
I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before.
It's Lamrit, right?
He looked
yeah.
happy.
Two teams?
So bad at remembering names.
You got to use the names, and unfortunately, once you do all the quests, the individual names of all the this world's warriors of light don't come up quite as much.
It was as if he had peered into the future, and
I
for the
think they dropped
first
in
time
the latest Encyclopedia Eorzea
found
that
joy
the
there.
Crystal Exarch has to, like, puppet his crystal parts like a golem.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus,
He
I
has
wonder
to move
if
them,
I
like,
should
through
not
aether
keep
manipulation.
my
He's not
distance.
moving them himself.
I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past.
Maybe a little heavy.
Remind him of...
I have.
Hello. How goes?
It goes.
Just having a quiet night in.
He... Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we
Afraid
were.
I'm betraying all of
As
you.
we
by
have
joining
always
this
been.
call about playing Baldur's Gate.
What a relief.
Well, you're lucky. Lucky ate a whole pizza and had to lie down, so
In that
he's not here
case,
to be
I will
angry
have
at
to
you for
speak with
not
him
playing
about
Final
the amount
Fantasy
of time
14
he is spending
and
at
also
work.
being an
Well,
NPC.
I guess you could say I was very lucky.
But
That one was too easy.
This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
honestly, it's only slightly worse than the stupid puns we were making about Ultima Weapon earlier.
About Ultima Weapon? Why would you hate the Great Horse Boy?
Stupid puns. Okay, yeah, you got a while before you have to worry about any dungeon or anything.
Yeah, I reckon we're like, I've been streaming for about 220. We're probably gonna go the full 3/3.5, and I'll just, be doing cutscenes and running. That's okay. Some days are like that.
By the way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hope everybody's used to saying 2024.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get used to it, because this is going to be the longest year in history with this election cycle, but I'm not going to get into that.
I am used to saying 2024. I am not yet used to writing 2024.
Yeah, no, that one gets...
To be fair, 2024 looks a lot easier to write because it's all even numbers.
I'm gonna have to change all my metadatas on, like, audios and videos I post to say the proper date now. Alright, back to the clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Careful, that one's not in the public domain.
Oh, right. It's just Steamboat Willie.
Also, yes, hey, if anybody's out there listening to this stream and you're like, ooh, cool, Steamboat Willie is Mickey Mouse is public domain. No. Steamboat Willie is public domain. Only as he appears in Steamboat Willie is open. The name, actual name Mickey Mouse is still, like, trademarked to the Disney Corporation, so you can't call the thing Mickey Mouse, and he has to look only like the Steamboat Willie version.
I think there's exactly, like, 2 other cartoons that entered at the same time that feature Mickey, so there's slight variation you can get away with.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to be very specific with how you do it, otherwise Disney's lawyers will come to your house.
And they have probably been sharpening their knives for this occasion. Their knives being letter openers, obviously. But there will be some real fuck around and find out if people aren't careful.
Literally, stuff just announced on New Year's. It's like, hey, we got this stuff.
And yes, there is already the shitty horror fucking tie-in announced, just like they did with Winnie the Pooh.
Like, come on, guys. Come on, people. You guys can be more creative than the shitty horror stuff.
To be fair, there was actually a really cool horror game for Mickey Mouse that came out that was, like, very Five Nights at Freddy-esque.
I mean, if you're gonna do a well-crafted parody, that's one thing, but just being like, oh shit, Steamboat Willie is public domain now. Let's put him in a, generic survival horror. Could be a little spicier than that.
To be fair, I don't think it was the one that was announced, like Studio 88 or something. Like, this one was just a really cool aesthetic game. Let me see if I can find the name.
The one that's trying to use the same sort of style. I think I might know what you're talking.
It's like you're on an island or like in a house by yourself or something, and it's like, man.
I think I might know what you're talking about. That's an older, like, FNAF fan game sort of thing, because those went crazy way back in the day.
Yeah, it was a FNAF fan game, but like it was still really good.
What was it called? Was it Five Nights at Treasure Island? I think it was.
Yes, that was it.
Gosh, I've gotten into Five Nights at Freddy's before, and man, it's so dumb at times.
The Treasure Island game was really good.
Because I'm not deep into Five Nights at all. That style of game is not fun for me. I don't like to play the wait for the jump scare game. I'll watch Markiplier or somebody else funnier than me do that instead.
I've never played the games myself.
Yeah, but it is really interesting to me how that game franchise has like become like I think a big tentpole of pop culture, just kind of out of nowhere. That like they're people know about it. People try to do deep dives. There's fucking like tie-in novels that everybody hates because of course you do.
Well, that's due to the way some of those are. They introduce rules to the universe that a lot of people aren't fans of.
I mean, yeah, but that's how always it happens when you do break out tie-in novels.
And there's always that amount of how much of this is canon to the actual games comparatively.
Yes, my favorite question. At least with Bungie and like Halo novels, the Bungie era, they were like, whatever is newest wins. If that means we retcon something, we retcon something. Oops, sorry.
With Five Nights is that series definitely had about 3 or 4 definitive endings, but then kept going.
We made too much money problem. My favorite with franchises.
FNAF 3 was definitely an ending, but then FNAF 4 was. But then FNAF Pizzeria Simulator was. And then it kept going. These sorts of things just became my hyperfixation at times. It's just like, it's great to learn what the heck is going on there. The answer with Five Nights at Freddy's was a lot.
Quite a lot.
The main reason it was successful way back in the day with the original release is because it was very different than other horror games at the time. It literally invented a new genre of horror game.
I mean, that is kind of always how it goes.
Yeah, you get one and then everyone tries to catch the fad.
And so sometimes you end up with fad chasers being way more successful, you know, Fortnite versus PUBG, right? Like, one of those is definitely the undisputed king of crazy battle royale games played by 10-year-olds.
Most people agree it's like, yeah, PUBG was just the first one, and then everyone else did it but better.
Which is kind of funny for Fortnite. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was going to say, it's kind of funny for Fortnite because Fortnite was always kind of like a genre chaser because the original version was, you know, a zombie, like, survival shooter game with construction, which is also not that new either. Like, even when it the time. And then they're like, battle royales.
Meanwhile, from everything I've heard about the Five Nights movie, is it very much is a love letter to the fans. Which is, like, good. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, that's what you want with tie-ins like that.
And most fans seem to agree it's not an overall amazing movie in terms of structure. It's just a very movie with a lot of actual, like, heart and not just a soulless cash grab movie.
When you're doing adaptation, this is something Lucky and I talk about in other podcasts a lot, but when you're doing adaptation, that's always the thing, right? You're going to have to choose what to cut and what to keep, and generally, if you're producing a work for the fans, you want to produce something that reads like a love letter. Even if it's not, like, the most optimally built, you can tell that it was done with, like, authenticity. I think it would be different if they were trying to, like, build the movie as a way to, like, onboard people into the FNAF universe. I don't think that's what the movie was really meant as.
Like, there's Easter eggs such as, like, an old fake leak character from, like, fake screenshots of, like, Easter egg in the movie. He is just in the background, just him laying on the ground or something.
Yeah.
It's like, there's some deep cut Easter eggs for, like, the super fans in there.
I wonder if it, like, actually, because, like, I know the guy who made it, Scott, like, he went heavy on the lore. I wonder if the movie tried to explain any of it.
I hope that, I don't know for sure. I think one of the things is, it's a movie. It has to have an actual plot in the movie. Not like the game, it's like 95% background lore that you have to actively look for.
Yeah, it would be like trying to build a movie about, like, say, Dead Space, right? Like, there'd be so much environmental storytelling you'd have to cut out because audio logs all the time don't work in a movie format.
Luckily for the movie, is it had the books also to help create a rough plot structure.
True. Well, yeah.
Even if it didn't follow one-to-one at all.
That's just the power of adaptation. Makes you wonder if the Metal Gear Solid movie ever does actually fucking come out, what that's gonna be like. Because I think I know that the director is, like, one of Hideo Kojima's many homies, but, like, I'm pretty sure he has expressed a love for the series before, and the way it's structured, I have no idea how that would work out. Like, can you translate the weirdness of Metal Gear Solid, the video game, to a movie that's only 3 hours long? Does that work? I don't know.
Listen, knowing the way Hideo Kojima does things, I would expect a director's cut that's 7 hours long.
The only thing I will say is if it does end up happening, because I believe it is supposed to would be the original MGS plot. At some point when Psycho Mantis shows up, you have to fake out that the projector broke for a second. Otherwise, it's not real. I disavow all knowledge.
You need to make separate versions for each version of the movie, so there's a streaming service one that creates buffers. That would be funny too.
No, the true Metal Gear move would be when it goes to streaming services is to, like, have Psycho Mantis tell Snake that he likes to watch different things. Like, if you're watching it on Netflix, he would be like, "Oh, so you like to watch The Great British Bake Off, Snake? You're a fan of Wednesday, Snake?" Gasp, how did you know?
look up a whole list of the games you can reference in the original Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, it's not a huge list, but it's enough of them, and it is.
It's a list of here's the most popular games that we'd expect you to have.
I think it's mostly Konami titles as well.
Probably.
You know, and the very obvious stuff as so like Castlevania. I'm trying to remember for Twin Snakes, is it? Because the GameCube also used a memory card. Is it like big first-party Nintendo games it calls out? I don't remember. What do you think about all this subplot?
Every time there's like a game movie announced, you just have to wonder, what the heck are they going to do with it? And is it actually going to come out? Is another question for a lot of them. Later is gonna end up watching a lot of this stream and be like, what was going on with these guys? What's going on is it's 11 p.m. on January 3rd, and you know, we're just doing MSQ down here. So while I'm running around to the Crystallarium, there's not much to talk about. How did we even get on the tangent about Five Nights at Freddy's? Where did that come from?
It was because of something to do with a Steamboat Willie game.
The Treasure Island game we were talking about.
Right, that was it.
Everybody.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone.
So easy for conversation.
Let us begin, shall we?
Completely derailed.
Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
What's that, Alpha? No, you want me to do public speaking?
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
No.
Maybe Loth also wants to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's.
He's been summoned.
Did I come back at a bad time
Indeed.
after molding?
No,
no.
We were talking about how literally we don't have anything in particular to talk about, and we are just all over the place.
Well, I don't think you're going to get much use out of me, the guy who kept getting talked over.
That will happen less. Not at all. But at least, Loth, you can content yourself. Sorry.
Legitimate.
That was we just started speaking at the same time.
On my end, it was you cut me off.
It's
Discord lag.
I think there is a little lag in Discord.
I think you just cursed Loth.
Always cursed.
What I was gonna say though before was at least with Caesar's volume level is low enough that you could probably just keep speaking. Just because Caesar's setup is naturally quiet.
And then I just barely speak.
No, you're a good architect. I wouldn't complain about you. Pretzel's alright.
Well,
Well, the thing is, Pretzel, I could be upset if you interrupt me, but at the same time, it's like, I look over like, Lalafell, buddy, and then it's all's forgiven.
Wicked white. Warriors
to be
of
fair,
Light did
Discord
all
makes
that.
it very easy to talk over one another.
Yeah, no, but I remember
So
Omega, like, I was like, trying to
they
get my
only ever wanted
sisters
to
to watch
help.
some of the prog, because
And
they were
when
like, so
everything
what are you
they'd done
doing all
turned to
those,
ash.
on Wednesdays, my
Gave
time,
everything to
Tuesdays for you
stop the
guys,
flood.
of the, when we
First
did
their
progression.
lives, then their souls.
And they said we couldn't get a few episodes in because
they managed
we,
it too.
they just kept talking over
Yeah.
you. We just
They
couldn't handle that.
saved
I'm like,
us.
yep, that's what happened.
We cursed their names.
I've noticed it's mostly me. Like, I know everyone's like the whole thing of like, oh, me though. Like, you notice it when it's happening to you, but like, throughout my
This
life,
should
I've
go a
been
long
talked
way
over a
towards
lot.
clearing the air.
My sisters are also not blameless in that, or faultless.
Maybe part of it's like some weird delay from you being all the way over in Australia?
It might be a little bit of delay. I also think it's because I don't know, obviously, you know, you don't want to change up things. Huh.
Speaking
Okay,
of being
hold on.
talked
Wait
over.
a fucking moment. Am I having a psychotic break? Hold on.
The first thing you should do is point and be like, what the fuck happened to your axe?
Impossible.
Wait a minute. Alphino can see something. That's not right.
Wait a second.
But what I was going to say was, Loth, you do have a natural tendency when people
You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
talk over you to, like, either out of annoyance or just because you are naturally polite that way to stop. Whereas some of the other, neurodiverse weirdos in the VC will just complete the thought without, stopping, regardless of what's happening.
Well, it's been beaten into me, literally and emotionally, by my family.
Understandeth no
So yeah, I guess
bloodless
that's
apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both.
Oh, sorry, RNJ, you took a while to say the
What
name.
in the world?
Cut you off there. But yeah, there's some fucking weird shit happening.
Yeah, that guy's inside of you.
It's you.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
one who
Well,
slew
it
the eater.
can't be him because he's me now. I'm him. It's like the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi quote.
I was gonna make the joke about
That it should be the warrior of darkness
Rush Hour
who
movie,
brought
that
the
incredibly
truth to
racist
light.
joke.
You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the
I
Crystarium,
think part of my problem is I always try to.
I am Ardbert,
I did it again, didn't
one of those you know
Oh, no,
as a
no.
warrior
I was about
of
to
light.
start something, but that's fine. It was just an offhand comment. Go.
That's
Just
impossible.
problem, I always
You
am
should
just
be
bad at
dead.
judging where openings in the conversation is to get my thought
Aye.
into place.
That I should.
It's like I try to
But
wait.
But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not
Yeah.
why I, and I
That
alone,
that
have
was
been gifted this
legitimately, I
chance.
can only assume, with Discord.
But I do know this. Only
Because I said yeah during your break when you weren't speaking.
the hero
Discord,
who
please.
stands before you now. The warrior
I
of
have lag
darkness.
in game. Now I have
It's
lag
not
in
of this
conversations
world.
too.
And the day will come when
Ah,
she
skill
must
issue.
return to her home.
Just the difficulty of trying to judge where the opening of the conversation is.
Don't make me lag over there and shirk you.
Activate your lag switch.
Just flipped out of the
I will at some point
But this
have you
land
fight
is
you.
our home.
I will have you fight against Omega.
And if it is to
you
remain
will be the
so,
tank.
now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it.
But then I'd be
The
Gunbreaker. I'd
time
be
to
3
rely on
DPS in a trench
saviors
coat.
from afar has passed. It is you who must rise.
No, honestly, if we do more Omega Savage,
You,
we're probably gonna have
who must
Arsenal
become
be able to
the
tank. I
new
can't trust
warriors
the
of
others, I'm
light.
sorry.
I do know.
Axe bless his heart, he tries, but
I don't think he says that tanking is his strong suit. Yeah.
I mean, I could try. I don't know how good of a tank I am, but I could try. I don't think I'm a terrible tank.
Us?
I can
Aren't
tank.
you?
Warriors of light.
I'm pretty sure I've
The-
done
the
as
Lala
much
tanks.
tanking as anything else, but it would be about, being geared up and set up for it. I do hear that paladins make good off tanks because, they've got
Clemency.
very useful abilities. Yes, and the clemency, Or it can just be like, well, when your fellow tank is eating a
None
tank
of us were
buster, you're
born
like, hey, I
heroes,
put
my
I put
friend.
my big damage reduction on him.
I was only ever a man.
Or
with a
also,
thirst
you
for
could literally
adventure.
be like, oh, are you a little hurt, buddy? You can't take that tank buster? Let me just cover you this one time.
So yeah, sorry, we are talking over,
But
but are
wherever
you
my
enjoying
journeys
this
took me-
wonderful speech?
I was invariably confronted with the same choice.
Yes,
I
I
was in
lend what
call
aid
to
I could
action.
to those in
I was
need,
gonna say earlier that I wasn't paying
Or
too much
not.
attention to the conversation because I'm fucking
and
trying
I
to figure out what the
always
hell's going on
chose
here.
the former.
Understandable.
Any one of you could do the same.
Something's a bit
All you
off.
need is the will to help your fellow man
It might be a bit of an understatement.
and the resolve to see it through.
Even my character has the concerned face on.
Didn't I eat you?
It's that what was it, that meme that used to be for guys, which is
From
how
thine
very
own
glib and
lips
that's
did we
angry
learn of
eyebrows.
Arbert's
It's just
fate,
Ardbert
and by thy
speaking or
countenance I
whatever
gather
this
thou art
is.
not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in
Oh yeah, Jay,
private.
that was a lot of words to just say, guys, huddle.
Go, I will stay here and
The
watch.
Urianger period.
I was about to say, welcome to Urianger. That man is the classical example of the kind of person who you'd see in subtitles say one word, except his mouth is moving a mile a minute.
Thank God I don't have to actually push the button to step back inside the ocular. Just take me there.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first.
Crystal Exarch. What the fuck is
I've
happening?
not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all
I
seem
also
to be
thought
in
of that when I
agreement,
said it, but I just
I
would be
gather
like,
this is no
buddy,
simple case
pal,
of mistaken
what's happening
identity.
here?
Fire crystal beam, madam.
Does the crystallarium still summon meteors? Can we do that?
Was indeed Ardbert. It has
Or is that
been
the
a
guy
long
who sat in the
time,
chair?
But not that long. Could he
Oh,
truly have been
Zan,
resurrected
I believe
as
that
he
was his
claims?
thing. Except every time he summoned those meteors, he was sitting down, too.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Yeah.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof
And you
that
still
he
almost
is
got
with
me
you
with the
still.
back facts. Like, yeah, no, all your soul stuff is where I last checked on it. I would know.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation.
Oh, yeah,
I
so
am reminded of the cardinal
I'm not sure if you guys
virtues.
have talked about it.
Though
after
a
I
sin
posted
eater
the
he
message,
is
but,
not.
like, legitimately, I slammed my hand and then just, like, was clutching it afterwards, just going...
Instant regret?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it as much as you do in the because the VC doesn't usually make me that mad. But I am unfortunately also like an emphatic like slammer or bonker, and I always regret it after too. I'm just like, why did you do that? Now your hand hurts.
You see, I don't do that because I know that if I
Which
break it,
leaveth
I have
but
no
one
money, so I
plausible
can't
explanation.
do that.
I understand that. There was actually a point in time I was a kid. I can't remember what happened, but I got so mad I punched a wall.
But he is an Ascian.
And like broke through it.
If I do it to anything, it will be my bed because the mattress can take
Given
it.
their fondness for posthumous possession,
The funniest part was
I would have to agree.
I was like, "Hey family,
From
don't
what
be
I
mad.
understand,
I tripped
the
and
warriors
fell.
of
My
light were
head
laid to
broke
rest in
this part of the
Yulmore by
wall.
those whom they
I
had
totally
aided in
didn't
life.
touch it. I
At the
fell
time,
on my
some
fat
few
head.
still
Did it.
remembered them as heroes.
Did they believe you?
Yeah.
Needless to say,
Like,
4 of
they
them
knew
were
I had anger
subsequently
issues growing up, but they
exhumed
wouldn't
to
believe I'd
serve
punch a
as the
wall.
virtues.
That's stupid.
And if one knew where to look,
Like, seeing people
Ardbert
throw
too would not
controllers
have been
into
difficult to
some
find.
Guys, this costs like $70. Calm down.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work
I
of an
try not to
Ascian,
be violent.
my
towards,
mind inevitably turns to the last
things in
remaining
general
paragon
nowadays.
to survive the
Still,
sundering.
you can't waste it.
Well, I like the idea that it's not even like you going to like a specific like a mom or a dad. It's like you go into the living room where everyone's just like doing something or eating dinner. And it's just like, family, I did
That
something.
Xenos hath reclaimed his own
I
flesh
used
is
to
known.
look. We had we didn't have screen doors for it,
Thus,
but we had
evicted from
glass
his borrowed
doors leading to
form
the
and
patio.
cognizant no
Many a
doubt
times
of
as a
Emmet
child, I
Selk's
ran into
failure
that
here in
fucking
the
thing.
first, it is quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
We had a door that had like a glass frame in it and a wooden frame around it. So it wasn't like a glass door per se, but it was just a door that was like 60% glass. And I guess I just one day like casually slammed it as a kid would, and it just like completely shattered.
Verily. For they possess no corporeal forms of their own.
So, here we
In
go.
what
We can
one
just
may
now
term
start
their
referring to
natural
Elizabeth as the
state,
hermit
none
crab.
save those gifted with the echo can perceive them.
If this is to be believed, if he's gone in and
Indeed, when
inhabited
Elidibus
Ardbert's
intruded upon the
force.
waking sands, his presence did go
He did
unmarked by
just get kicked
all
out of a
save
different body.
Nymphilia and the Warrior of Light.
Hey, we're having a flashback to the time in the Waking Sands where like he was able to just walk in and
On that
only
occasion,
leave
I
until
myself
he could see
remained
him.
ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was
Yeah,
only
remember
at
that
a
plot
later
point?
juncture when he deigned to appear before me in
To be honest,
borrowed flesh
not
that
very
I was
well. I
finally
remember we
able
did a
to
lot
take
of
the
setup
measure of
for
him.
Elidibus. I was trying to do the same thing that Emmett tried later of being like, listen, we're not really enemies, okay? And then he like fucked off for a long time,
In
and I
such
feel like I've,
puppetry do the
other than the
Ascians
Xenos
engage
thing,
when
like it's
they
very
seek
seems very
to
obvious what he was
influence
doing
the course
possessing
of
Xenos
history.
was trying to maintain shenanigans in Garlean. But other than that, I'm kind of like, I don't really remember
And they
what
have
else you've been
gained
up
much
to.
by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean
Technically,
Empire
at the
in
end
this
of
manner,
point
while
oh,
the Hebrea came
heard
close to
what he
conquering
said.
Eorzea, having
It's
taken
been a week, so
possession
you
of
may not
Thancred's
remember it,
living
but he's
body.
like, Warriors of Darkness, eh? Then I guess they should be struck down like the previous one, by Warriors of Light.
And he did this on a moon.
Yet it must needs be
Also, we
noted
just
that
have a
the
tiny
Assyrians
note there.
cannot
You should all
avail
just be like,
themselves
oh
of
yeah,
all
La Hebrea
mortal
almost got us
vessels.
all while possessing
For
Thancred while
were
he
they
was
able to
alive.
do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shielded
Just skip the
Hylians
cutscene
chosen from
entirely.
Assyrian influence.
Nah.
Or mayhap other forces are at work.
I do gotta be careful.
We cannot say for certain.
I do apologize for
Whatever the
blowing
reason,
up,
I
but
hope it
God
holds
damn.
true. I dare not contemplate what might come
It's
to
okay. All
pass
you had to do
otherwise.
was be patient and wait until everybody else passed out and got tired.
Oh yeah, no. When it's just you and Lucky
Is it not
Omega,
peculiar
I'm
then
fine.
that Albert's mortal
I don't
remains
get
should be
talked over that
susceptible,
much.
given that he was
When
once
it's
a
like
warrior
a
of
lot
light?
of people, it's like, oh,
Or did the
God.
final departure
I know,
of
it
his
gets a little
soul
chaotic.
make it
That bothers
possible,
Lucky too.
perhaps?
Like, if it's just like you and me and maybe like one other person, you know, Loth, that usually Lucky and I will go, sorry, I've talked over you. I've realized it. We're talking at the same time.
Regardless,
stepping on
to
each
hear
other's
an
toes,
Ascian use him to call
proverbially.
forth new warriors of light boggles the
toes.
mind.
Good, I'm wearing steel cap boots.
Just like at this point, any apology I say will just sound
Elidibus hath ever
insincere.
been an
I don't know what I can
enigma.
say.
His ostensible.
I've
When
calmed
he
down
made
enough that I can
overtures towards
accept
me,
any
however,
apology.
I was
So
afforded
long
a
as the
glimpse
thought
behind the mask
backhanded,
of the
I
self-appointed
feel like I have to
emissary.
preface. Again, sorry to axe to dunk on him, but sometimes I do feel like
I
a
shall
lot
not
of his
defend
apologies are
mine actions,
backhanded.
undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either
I would
wise or
apologize, but I have
prudent.
ADHD. I feel like anything I apologize for,
What
like,
little
I won't
did
be able to
glean
fix
may
it.
now prove
I thought you were about to say you'd do it again like a few minutes later.
Elidibus possesseth
Yeah,
a
that's
subtle
exactly
mind,
it.
practiced
I
in the
can't
art
fix
of
my problem, but I
manipulation.
will continue to apologize
That he
anyway.
coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the
Welcome
source
to
with
the
naught save
depressed experience.
half-truths
You apologize
is
for
no
not.
trifling feat.
Oh yeah,
And
I've
now I
realized that we
believe
have a
he
way we
doth
can
employ
tell
his
that it's
skills
fake
once
Artburn.
more
His
to
axe
some
isn't
as
bloody.
yet unknown end.
He's
I mean,
pretty sure
it was-
suicide
it wasn't-
Should my suspicions prove true, we shall have
yeah, I did
need
mention
of
the fact
all
that
our
his axe
wits
wasn't
if we are
bloody.
to uncover.
I don't think I caught
and
that. I'm
thereafter
kind of, but also,
thwart
like I said, I'm only
his
half paying
plot.
attention to VC.
No, that's fair. However, though,
Agreed.
his axe wasn't
plain that
bloody when
simply
he was
speaking
having
out
that
against him
lovely
will not
stroll at the
avail
end
us.
of
At best, it would only
Shadowbringers.
serve to
No,
confuse
That's right.
people.
Yes. Now that I picture that cutscene in my mind, you're right. That is true. But while he was a ghost, and also while he was a warrior, of
And I would
darkness,
hesitate
on
to
the
do
source, it
anything
was
which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association.
How that makes sense, I don't know.
symbolism.
That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
We should just see if I've got enough extra soul that I can take over 2 bodies. If Xenos can do it, I can do it too.
Performance appears to have concluded. What now?
Quick dumb question.
Go
Did
back
I
out
miss
and
out on
follow him?
a storybook at any point in this?
It would appear Master Alphino already
Yeah,
has pursuit
because
in
I
mind,
can't remember exactly,
and
but I think there's
suspect
at some
one
point you
pair
go
of
for more,
eyes
and
shall
either
better
this
serve
patch or
our
next patch
cause
you get
than
a
half a
storybook
dozen.
thing.
No, that hasn't happened
Let
yet.
the rest of us maintain
Okay,
an
that's probably early
inconspicuous
next
distance,
patch, then.
for the present at least.
Isn't the next patch like the actual expansion?
What? The next patch?
No,
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 I mean
they're
for what's
talking about-
happening
yeah,
right
what-
now on stream.
Yeah, what I'm
Oh.
playing.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to Harp. He knows
Yeah,
what he did
I
wrong.
should be apologizing to you for making you apologize to me.
Lucky
Oh
was
my god, we're
killed
gonna go
for not
forever.
raising never harvested the crop.
I'm honestly just on my phone right now, leveling up my class, my alt classes, by having my command mission troops do the work.
Interesting. Also, does that mean Lucky passed out from the pizza before he harvested the crops?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'll be another day then, I guess.
Well, they don't die once they're grown, I don't think.
Yes,
so.
no, they're good, so we don't need to worry about it. It's just funny.
daily reset.
Yep. Don't forget to log on to EFGO. You can play it. I had to preface that because I know I think I remember the pretzel doesn't.
To be fair, I probably do still have it. I just haven't logged in forever.
That's
well,
fair.
for the new year, there is a returning master bonus if you want some free fucking quartz.
Come on.
The only-
Come on, give me the second NP level. It'd be really cool.
The only game I sometimes go back to is Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, because then that game, like, you get all the gifts from like the crystals, like they all just stockpile in your mailbox from all the events that pass by. So you just come back and there's like 50,000.
Well, that certainly was not the NP level I was expecting. Hi, Landling.
Ah, pretty boy.
Well, that's NP4 of him now. Nice.
Oh, that's fun. Back a little. Wait a minute. There's part of the cutscene exit. Alright. This button. To the Ratika Ringwood. Everybody get ready. You're gonna hear it.
In this house we stand, our cool grandma soul dog.
Well, I appreciate that she, you know, heard about the Asians and was like, oh, they possess dead bodies? Gross! Just wrong fucking ladder. This is why the Vieira village in 12 is, like, literally only straight lines. There's, like, one roundabout in it, and everything else is just fucking... You can only go one way. Because it's confusing as fuck. Also,
It's exactly this problem.
By the way, Loth, real question. Have you done the... I don't know if this counts as a spoiler, but I don't think it should. The VNC dungeons?
I've unlocked them, and I've done a few, but I haven't completed any of them.
Yeah. They say you can do it solo, but I feel like when I tried to do it solo, it was like the slowest thing.
Yeah, it's... If you do it... I almost said slow-lo. You can do it solo, it just will be slow. That's just how it is. It's just a thing you gotta get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just slightly, like, confused, because they're like, oh, we adjust the difficulty so you can play however you want to, and I'm like, yeah, they adjust it. You try to play solo, it's as bad as Palace of the Dead.
Yeah. Like, what was it? With trusts and duty support, it can be a bit slow, but you'll get there.
At some point, I need to do the rest of the VNCs from what I've done.
As Lucky had told us, and I found out, the latest one is great. It's got a peak character in it.
Well, I haven't unlocked that one yet, so... Oh yeah, I just unlocked a side quest, a blue quest that leads me to Mordona. Is that the Alliance raids?
Yeah, that's the Alliance raids.
Okay, cool. I was wondering about that. Cause
I'll tell you that one.
It's like, that's probably what it is, but I wasn't sure.
It sometimes do be like that with blue quests, especially the name. Like I said, I've actually like run into the quest chain that starts the near raids, and I just wasn't sure about it, you know, because it's very obtuse when you start.
But then you look at the two characters over there, and it's like, ah, yeah, two twins, a black one and a white one. It's like, ah, yeah, that's weird.
I never made that connection actually till just now.
It's time to play chess. And then also, at the very end of everything, when you finally see what's underneath, like, the dwarven helmets, you go, ah yes, that's a Yoko Taro character design right there.
Alright, time to go in to the ruins and
how
do
many
a solo
times
duty.
with the dialogue option, you're just like, no matter what I say, you'll keep talking to me. So what's the point?
Neck muscles trained by years of nodding solemnly.
It's just like, I love that your main character's like, what I say
Our
here
new
literally doesn't
discoveries
matter.
are to be found this way.
This is a very funny sequence of Y'shtola and 4 rabbit women. Because it's me and the 3 sisters.
Y'shtola on the couch, surrounded by female behavior.
It would be very funny if once the Dawn Trail drops, just Alize and Alphinaud suddenly become adult size.
Sadly, I think we see Alize in the trailer, and I don't think she looks like she's any taller, but I have heard many people make that joke, yes.
But these creatures do not
clearly
match
what's
those of
happening
any
is that
indigenous
with
species.
Alphinaud, the reason why he's not
This is
shown
no
is because he's been Fantasia'd to be a
Though
female
that much is plain from its proportions.
But it's like,
Life
come on,
like
guys,
is
we've
not-
known these two for so
one
long,
could
and they
almost
still look
imagine
the
it
exact
breathe.
same.
They will become tall one day.
The only character who's gotten like visual changes that much out of the Scion is really just Thancred.
Why you?
Ariane Jade took down his hood, and Y'shtola lost her sight. It otherwise looked the same.
I feel like Estinian came a long way.
Yeah, Stinian can change.
He took off his helmet.
He also grew his
This
hair out.
owl, by contrast,
Yeah, his hair definitely
seems
wasn't
no
that long
different from the others we've seen.
He learned the difference between Alphinaud and Alize.
No, he didn't.
I feel like he
Omega
must
has
have
not
at
gotten
this
there yet.
point,
The
if he
sealed
hadn't
door
learned that
lies
difference,
ahead.
because Alice will fucking kill him. This I know.
Yeah, he would have been limit break it like 20 times by now if he hadn't learned.
He looks down and is like, why is there a giant circle on me? It's a red big LB3 squad.
Yeah, it's just like when you do a fucking duty or a trust, duty support or trust with Alice, you just hear the LB sound going off.
I mean, has he actually seen Alice yet in your story, Omega? Have you actually had a speak together with him? No, I didn't think so.
I mean, I feel like there's been opportunity for him to see her, but no, I don't think they've met this go around.
Yet.
Yeah, they haven't been formally.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Let Alize and Alphinaud grow up a little bit.
You don't even have to make them full Elizon tall yet. Just make them 1 head taller.
Make the next full Elizon tall, but keep the rest the same.
But also make
Too
sure
simple.
Alice is slightly
There'll
taller
be
than
some
him after
additional
their growth
defense
spurt.
mechanism.
The best way.
Have Alphinaud go back to summoning Carbuncle
Just a
so it
moment.
stands on his head, and so
There are
that's why he's
words
shorter.
carved into the
Carbuncle
stone.
compresses his spine.
I forgot about this solo duty.
Yeah, we're doing solo shit in the ruins.
Oh, that one could be, I think, might be a pain.
Oh, it is.
I mean, the first time we were here was kind of annoying. There was some weird shit.
Shall instead
Enjoy the thing in
waken the
6.2 to tide you over.
know
Sorry, 5.2, not 6. I keep getting that. Fuck.
So,
Wait,
Lost, do you think
don't.
you'll accidentally be... Oh, they moved it. They shouldn't have done that. Do you think you'll accidentally say 7.0 when I get to Endwalker, or will you just be correct?
I think
What is
correct.
happening?
I would hope correct. I can't speak for future law.
I think what'll happen is he'll still say 6.0 when referring to Dawn.
Oh no, it lives!
No, I hate how
Why
that's
am I
how
not
true that might
surprised?
be.
I
Prepare
know how
yourselves.
brains work enough to know that's probably what's going to happen until post MSU starts releasing, and then you'll still refer to that as 6.1.
I might as well just fucking say Dawn Trail .1. I almost said End Trail, which
Nope, that's a
not
new one,
solid.
but no, not correct.
Nope.
That's you insides.
Storm Trail.
Oh, what was the one that was so last?
Dawnward.
Yeah, there were so many good blows that was just realizing what was said.
Shadowblood.
Oh my god, it's a fucking Kingdom Hearts boss.
Yep.
It's a Shadow Reborn. A Realmbringer?
What was the exact line? Because I can't remember his battle quotes, but it's like a game of chance, you see.
Yeah.
Fucking block sword.
Well, Omega, your allies have been banished to the Shadow Realm.
Also true. And there's even a riddling Sphinx here.
Pretty sure the Kingdom Hearts man said that Luxord was his favorite out of the organization at some point.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I would love if Demix was a boss fight.
Oh, that guy was. So, funny thing is, I think I've mentioned this in the past, but sometimes I bring my PlayStation to school just so I can play my granddad's place afterwards. And my sister would just sit there watching me as the two of us are molding over the fact we can't beat Demix. Why do you give us such a low time limit?
Dance, water, dance.
10 seconds, you fuck.
It's easy, just cast fire spells.
We'd be cheering, and then as soon as we get past that, he kills us, and we're like, fuck. You say that to use water spells. Sadly, we were in high school and not that smart.
Fair.
Yeah, playing Demix is the first time I learned, oh, we have abilities! I wasn't even in high school, I was in like elementary, or like middle school.
At some point I need to go back and do all the Data 13 fights.
I say it was early high school, so it might be around middle school for you guys, because we don't have middle school over here.
Ah.
Like, our high school starts around year 8. Or the 8th grade, as it's called for you guys.
Is there something wrong?
Staring at Caesar rotating in the fireplace.
Is the catboy rotating again?
Yes. Well, we've got to make sure he's evenly cooked.
Oh no, it's no one can stop him. Where is it? I'll put it again.
Can I get some screens in chat? Also, I should warn the VC, I have my headphones off because my brain is working very hard on riddles right now.
Oh, good. So they've been able to hear us just fucking shooting.
I already fucked up one because I don't remember what the fuck an Opo is.
A monkey.
That's the monkey.
You know who he needs? Zexian.
What was Zexian?
He was the book one.
Oh, right, that guy.
The book one was the side one was Marluxia.
That's right. That's right. Hold on, where is it? I got a lovely gift from Marluxia.
And then there was the guy with the big ox thing.
With the big what?
The ox thingy. He was the Earth guy.
Oh, Lexaeus.
Like a tomahawk?
I think it was a claymore.
I don't know. It's not a weapon. It's not a real weapon in any means.
But yeah. And when you find out like what he was beforehand, he was a god. A gate guardian, if you will.
Dude, that other one, Zaldin, man, that was a boss battle.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Oh no, you're playing match 2.
That whole
Here we go.
village. Oh my god. That part was super frustrating.
Huge orders are fake. Death counter. Which reminds me, yeah, I need to possibly grab the HD remixes for PC because my PS4 break.
Playing this style, man.
Just so I can do those data fights. I never did them.
I actually have it on Epic Game Store.
I know that. However, I hate the Epic Game Store.
I don't think there's any other way to get it on PC.
Oh, fuck.
I believe I bought the all-in-one collection on my PlayStation 4 back when that was around. Just like, buy it all. One big bundle.
So many fond memories of just doing nonsense in the past.
Man, I remember just playing Chain of Memories back in like middle school on my Game Boy Advance. And some parts of that game are really hard.
Yeah, the PS2 port is harder, but yes, the original game itself is hard anyway.
Well, also, I was in like middle school at the time, so it was dumb.
I completed the PS2 port. There's like 2 secret cards that you get like for completing everything. But like, I mean like everything. Like there's literally nothing else to do once you get them.
I will say with
So they're useless.
I will say with the remake is there is some broken plates in that part of the game. People frames just chunk off the second.
You stole it. Come on, you're crossing the circles. Don't do that.
I just remember how what was it? Back when I had it, and before I accidentally dropped it and broke it, I had a PSP, and was just like, yeah, fucking birth my sleep, let's go.
Oh god.
I need to go and do Aqua stories, but gosh darn, sometimes I can do the same story sometimes playing birthday on or something.
I think the only one that I could do was...
Here I come!
Terra.
Terra is a slow...
Like, I started with Terra, then did Ventus, and then I went to do Aqua, and I'm like, dang, I'm kind of tired of playing the story. So I
think I did Aqua, sorry, Aqua Terra.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know which one it is.
Pretty sure I started with Ventus because that's the recommended order.
Yeah.
And I did Aqua next because I was most interested in that. But
it's often recommended to do Terra first just because of how slow it is.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying.
I mean, probably that too.
Playing such a slow character in a game where enemies basically don't have hit stun is a nightmare though.
Why did you super box run, huh?
Oh, Omega, you should have moved that away from that was a beam.
I will not hold back.
Yeah, that tether shot out a beam and it hit her. You know what's meant to happen.
it also hit me in the face.
Well, yeah, it's meant to hit you, but not her. Because
I mean, it didn't actually matter. All the others did.
True enough.
You guys were already kind of spread out.
So, to give a funny story about good old the struggle times back in the day for me, I mentioned my PSP breaking. I actually dropped it, and for some odd reason, like you could not play anything. It wouldn't read any of the SD card games or whatever the fuck it was called. Wait, no, it wouldn't read my memory card unless I fucking like held over the like port and just like literally just pushed it in.
There was someone who inquired a copy of Pokemon Crystal, but I think like the internal thing was broken.
Yeah, that happens.
It's great, but you can't stop playing.
So, I legitimately just, every time I happen to play, anything, say, I'm like, causing like an indent to appear like on the thumb as I'm just like, whoosh. And for some games, if you didn't do that, it would legitimately just be like, oh, something's happened, boot you back to the main menu.
I just don't remember being the youngest out of three. My brother had like DS and then got like Purple, Silver, and various Pokemon games, but I just didn't. It was very sad.
You wanna know what else is sad, Caesar? You played Crystal, yeah?
I mean a little bit of it, not much.
Oh, okay, then never mind. You probably didn't get
Like
to.
I said, the game couldn't save, so.
Right.
That tree was fucked. I've owned copies like that. I think that's what happened to the copy of Yellow I had.
I mean, the Pokemon games I played the most of were on the GameCube, XD, and Coliseum, because I'm pretty sure Coliseum was our literal second ever video game. So I played a lot of that on the GameCube. And on the actual, like, handhelds, it was Leaf Green.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us.
Games.
How polite.
I
now,
remember.
what have we learned?
We were
My
bound
sister
to
and
run
I
into a
didn't
living
play
statue
Pokemon.
eventually.
It just wasn't a thing.
And now we can open the door.
But there was one thing we played because we watched the anime of Pokemon, and my family was
how
like,
do you feel
I know
the fact
what
that this bunny lady is probably like at least twice your age?
I know what's a good idea for a Christmas present, and my sister guessed it at some point. She's like, "You guys got the Pokemon board game." You know, that Pokemon board game. It was awful.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
You should look it up. What was the Pokemon Masters board game? Whatever it was. Omega should know the one I'm talking about because I think
they have like 3 of those though.
Which, the board game?
Yeah, the board game, the one that was played by Achievement Hunter at some point.
Yep, I mean, it's super fucked up because the cardboard was very cheap, but I owned a copy of the gold-silver version of that game once upon a time.
Wait, do you remember play that game?
I also remember playing on the
a
lot of Pokemon
just as I thought,
channel.
Befitting a hero.
Yeah.
It's not a good game.
I think it's like a more than an hour
She is
long
Beast.
also
Could it be
episode
the
of
Archmage's
like on
Tuna?
that scroll or whatever.
I have to take a look at that.
Yep, should still be up there somewhere.
Be prepared for suffering. It's awful.
A legendary hero.
I
of
remember
don't
the
worry,
game
there's suffering
actually
is
being
joy.
fucking
The
hard too.
tales
Yeah,
tell of
it's
how she
because
smote
the way it
entire
worked, if I
armies
remember
with
all
a
the mechanics
single
rightly, is basically
incantation.
like
So potent was her
the version I
spellcraft.
had, like I said, was the Johto version.
Though
So
she
you have the
ever
fucking
fought
map, right?
in
You
the
start
name
at the
of
start,
peace.
and then you like roll dice to move up, and can just, depending on what region what route you're in, it's a different color-coded area. You just randomly flip over a Pokemon from the stack and have to like try and catch it or defeat it. So like early on, you can just get fucking Garbo. Like, you know, you flip over the coin, it's like, oh, got a Rattata. Is it the top % of all Rattatas? No. And then you have to fight gym leaders.
My family looked at all the rules and just said, we're not doing the
I
rolling.
thought them no more than tails.
If you land in that spot, you get that Pokemon.
To think she really existed.
Because we were like, we don't want to stay here forever.
Well, I, for one, always believed.
And we just played a lot of different versions of Monopoly when I was a kid. I don't know if we ever finished a single game.
We had to stop playing Monopoly. My
By the
oldest
light
sister was the banker.
of fallen
And then we found out
stars,
she was fucking
great
cheating.
power awakened.
Ah, wonderful. That and Clue. A lot of
Tuna
Clue,
was
too.
not only a master of spellcraft,
I never played the Pokemon
said
game that
she
you
could
guys
see
played. I did have like a
truths long
Pokemon
lost
version of the game
and hear the
Trouble.
voices of men's hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one where you like, there's like some dice in the middle and like you push the bubble and it like
Not
pops the
less
dice or
than
something.
Oh,
In which case,
yeah, I remember
none of
games
this
that
is
used to
mere
have that.
coincidence.
That was
a
a gimmick and
shower
a
of
half.
stars setting the sky aflame.
Just like the,
and in both this world
Sorry, go
and
ahead.
the source.
just like the
we
fucking,
find
what was it, when
individuals
they were
within
like,
whom
hey, you
a
like that Jumanji
mysterious
movie, right?
power
Want to play a
awakened
board
inside.
game?
We can never unpick the why of it.
And it's like, here, kids,
Now, however,
don't let your imaginations run
believe we
around and
might.
think you're gonna get trapped in here for years.
does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the
Funny enough, if you
Katana
try to play
Realm?
the Pokemon board,
Moreover,
try to play the
does
Pokemon
it
board
not
game by the
recall
rules
that
for
which
like the
himself
Sinnoh region, you
invited
really
us to
will be
witness
trapped
in
there for
Ireland?
years.
Yeah.
Man, now I'm just thinking about watching all those Pokemon movies back in the day. Those were great.
I rewatched the first one.
If,
Everyone just
as
fucking
the Exarch's
crying and
research
Pikachu is having
soul
a
and
fucking
mind share
slap
a
fight.
fragile yet profound bond.
In retrospect, it's very funny.
The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological
like
theory,
six at the time
or shall we
watching
say
this.
modern etherological
Sad
theory.
heck.
But if it is a power that once
Oh, I
belonged to the
remember
ancients,
getting upset
to
with my
souls yet
sisters because
undivided,
we went to the movie of. It wasn't 2000. It was the one after that. The one with fucking.
it would
Lugia
seem I
and
have entered the realm
birds.
of pure speculation.
I thought that was
And I call myself
Yeah,
a
that
scholar.
one's 2000.
Yeah.
I shall
That was
refrain
2000?
from
I thought
making
that was
any further
you
wild
YouTube was
claims
2000.
until
No,
such
that was
time
Pokemon
as I have
movie.
evidence.
Oh, God damn it.
And I think it was the year 1999.
So we were quite young. It came out. We went to see it in cinemas.
Still,
And
I cannot
we're
choose to
just
be
like,
reminded of
look
our
at,
experience.
we all get
in
free
Amarant.
cards. We all got Moltres, and we were like, why? Wait, no, it was all Moltres, one Zapdos. And I'm like, did they do this on purpose because it's 4 sisters and 1 brother that would that they did this? They were like, let's line this up perfectly.
I do remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, The Pyramid of Light. That was great.
Oh, the Pyramid of Light.
Listen.
History is learned, not
Just
live.
me thinking, I was like, wow, kids really will watch anything.
We have always protected the
I
tales
remember
of
watching it going,
just
man,
as
that
we
movie
have
sucked, but
protected
boy
this
did I
place.
enjoy Pegasus.
But we are mindful
Yeah,
of what our
I
mothers
remember there
taught
were.
us.
I remember there were 4 cards you could get. One of them was
We
that
see
Pyramid
the
of Light trap
past
card.
through our
One of
own
them was the
eyes,
Marshmallow, and
and
2 of them
speak
were
of
like
it
a
with our own
Sorcerer of Dark
words.
Magic and a Blue-Eyed Shining
Thus
Dragon.
do we
It's
come
like
to understand
you either
it
made
in
it
our
big or
own
you
way.
got crap.
But this is not the same as remembering.
I do remember having Blue
Your
Eyed Shining
mothers were
Dragon and
wise.
Pyramid of Light.
Though we witnessed the final days,
Fun fact: anyone who
our
had Blue
impressions
Shining
cannot
Dragon
fail to
could
be
never
coloured
play
by
it
our
because
own
Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon
experiences
wasn't
and
released yet.
expectations.
Yeah.
Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently.
Yep, you were shit out of luck.
We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin.
So it's been a while, and I don't know if these types of places exist anymore.
But we have disturbed Tuna
Back in
long
the
enough.
day of good old video
Fanau will
rental
serve similarly
stores.
well as a venue for our contemplations.
My family, for some reason, I think it was determined by someone who worked there. We had rented out the fucking Power Rangers Turbo movie, the most out of anyone in our town. Because apparently I really loved Power Rangers Turbo, the movie.
Loth, I owned that video. I owned that movie as a kid. Never rented it, owned it. So I watched that movie constantly.
Such a bad movie.
I know.
I don't know. One of all movies, what I loved as a kid, it was The Princess Bride I watched over and over again.
That's at least a solid choice.
Look, that's a solid choice.
Good movie. But
I don't
know
watch that.
why as a kid I was obsessed with that movie.
It happens.
It's a good movie. I mean, what was it? As a kid, I got obsessed, and I still, to this day, do love the remake of the Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know why my mom let me watch that, but I mean, there's nothing too graphic in it. But it is a story about a man getting revenge.
Such lust for revenge.
Like watching that, watching the 10 Pokemon movies. There were a lot of Pokemon movies back in the day.
Yeah, like that one time Ash kissed a Pokemon, possibly.
Definitely. Yo.
Right, yeah. The Latios one. Let's see, there was the Deoxys Rayquaza one.
Every time there's like a new legendary, it's like, okay, how many movies?
The weirdest one, in my opinion, was the black and white movies because they were literally the same movie but switch out Reshiram, Zekrom, and a couple Pokemon.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's it. That's...
It was so weird.
I love how after X and Y they are totally queued up for Z because of Zygarde, and then it just never happened.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
like,
just that's the generation they decided maybe we don't do that.
Here's Zygarde, like a Pokemon that legitimately has like weird mechanics to it because it can like form into like a giant lizard or a big fucking robot. It's like, nah, fuck that. Moving right along.
I just remember that Zoroark and Lucario got their own movies dedicated to them, which is very fun. Like, these aren't legendary Pokemon.
But people like them.
True, Zoroark is one of my favorite Pokemon.
Look at all that form.
I'd rather not.
Wario. Lucario is in fucking Smash.
Yeah, Lucario is in Smash.
That's how cool. You need to know how cool he is. Any Lucario is in general.
Actually, wasn't Zoroark a fucking event Pokemon in Black and White?
In the original Black and White, yes.
Yes.
Like you legit you couldn't figure it out until like you got the event thing, but it was like there was like a camper or something off to the side, or
yeah, I needed a
like,
shiny one of the 3 legendary dogs.
Yeah, and it'll just go apeshit and reveal to be, instead of a person, it's a Pokemon. Good. Thank you, RT Game, for doing a fucking Nuzlocke of Pokemon Black and White, and then just showing every event because he had physical hardware with it.
And then in Black and White too, they just hand you a Zoroark. Which I was fine with because I really wanted a Zoroark.
Oh yeah, the baby.
You know, a movie I was convinced was just like a fever dream I thought of for the longest time, but then I found out was real a few years later. Was that Entei movie with the unknowns?
I going to say the Entei movie. I'm like,
Was that?
What
I remember that was weird. Was that like only on TV or something over here? Is that why people don't remember? Because I remember seeing it a lot, but like exclusively on like Cartoon Network.
It was Entei and Unknown.
It was on VHS over here as well.
Oh, so it's
and
that is a weird one. It's pretty cool though, because like in the context of the anime, Charizard comes back. That was rad.
And also, the Unknown show that they can completely warp reality.
Yeah, they turned a girl's dad into like an Entei or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, I will take this person as my wife. It's like, and Ash is like, that's my mom.
Well, they basically just made up her dad as an Entei.
Yes, if I remember rightly, the way the plot works is there's a little girl, and I think her dad like dies or something. He falls into a pit full of unknown, and she's like very sad, and the unknown are like, hello, we are the unknown, we shall grant your wish. Only they probably spelled it with their bodies. And she's like, oh, well, I wish my dad wasn't dead. And maybe also he found that Entei he was looking for. And then Entei became her dad. And then she saw Ash's mom and was like, that lady seems cool. I wish she was my mom. And the unknowns are like, dunzo.
And then they kidnapped his mom.
And then Ash was like, I have a objection to this. This seems wrong.
That movie starts with Pikachu headbutting a Quagsire and getting doped.
Yeah. I believe it starts off with a random asshole coming up to the group to battle them, and it's just like credits are rolling as opening credits are rolling as like Ash is beating some guy's ass.
And then it just ends with Pikachu slamming it, and you just hear a big dog as the battle.
Dude, here was also the weirdest part of that movie. The reason I thought it was a fever dream, because I remember the reason Charizard shows up is it's because it's like sitting in a house watching the news or something, and Ash is on it.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what exactly, but like the unknown event makes the national news because the unknown's also the girl wishes she's a fairy tale princess, so they built her a giant fucking crystal castle in the middle of nowhere. And so it's on TV, and they just see Ash getting fucking owned on national TV, and Charizard is like, oh shit, that's my boy.
I remember the unknown also aged her up so she can have a Pokemon battle with fake
Oh my god, yes.
Yes, no, she has a Pokemon battle with each person, and she's like, because she's a little girl normally, she's like, this doesn't seem like a fair matchup, and so she gets like, hits everybody's age bracket. It's a weird one.
It's a lot about trying to convince the girl to calm the heck down.
It's been a while since I've seen the Pokemon anime. Isn't it because like Charizard is there watching a show because he's like at some fucking Charizard sanctuary or something?
Yeah, and he was like you just see him watching TV. He sees Ash. He turns to his wife. He's like, gotta go.
He's like, shit, dude, my boy's in trouble. That's my number one homie.
They gave Charizard an actual life. I forgot about that.
This guy saved me from dying as a kid. I owe him one.
I owe him a life debt. It's a fucking Charizard. Yeah, I'm about to say it's Charizard Baka situation. If anybody was still watching this stream at 3 hours and 23 minutes, and hear us in this fucking tangent. If I could get some fan art of like Charizard wearing Chewbacca's weird bandolier and Ash dressed as Han Solo, thank you.
Oh, I fucking would love that. Of course, it's gonna be Ash with the backwards cap.
Yeah.
Now my mind just skipped over to the Keldea movie, which most of it just consists of Keldea running away from Kira, who's absolutely pissed.
I think I vaguely remember the. Was that the? I think it was it the Celebi movie that was like we accidentally brought back Kyogre and Groudon also.
Wasn't the Celebi movie going back in time? And
yeah, no, I'm wrong. I think it was the Jirachi movie that was like that. Yeah, the Celebi one was the time travel one. Ash got to hang out with young Professor Oak.
Kyogre had a movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think in the Jirachi one, somebody like wished for ancient Pokemon to come back to life, and it was definitely at least Groudon. I don't remember if Kyogre was also.
I've got it. It's a guy working for a scientist working for Team Magma is trying to bring back what he thinks is a fossilized piece of Groudon to life for Team Magma. And he needed more power for his experiment, so he found Jirachi.
He wishes upon a Jirachi, and it turns into, like, primal Groudon.
Virus. It's like a giant virus Groudon that is eating everything.
Yeah.
That movie is also why I love Flygon.
There's some Flygon action, yeah.
Like, I almost watched the heck out of these movies as a kid.
the fact that they went, okay, in this movie, this is why Ash gets the Pikachu, because young Professor Oak saw him with the Pikachu and said, he has to have it.
I love the Celebi movie where it's just revealed at the end, it's like, oh yeah, that's young Professor Oak.
I mean, I don't think it was reveal. I think that's what all the trailers were like.
I don't think I ever saw a trailer because I was like
That's
6
fair.
at the time.
I was watching, you know, the regular Pokemon TV anime, so they'd get you because you'd be watching the regular anime and then they'd be like, and check out our new movie coming to VHS.
Yeah, what they will just happily spoil things for you, like, see this shit.
I mean, that's how that's how movie trailers for a lot of anime and stuff work in Japan anyway. They'll just show you whatever the coolest part of the movie is and go, bet you need to go see it now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this from all of the commentaries TFS did on their abridgments of the movies for Dragon Ball, that like almost all of the Dragon Ball movies have super spoilery titles in Japanese, or they don't mean anything. Like, I think the cooler movie is Strongest versus Strongest, which is like literally doesn't make any sense. It's weird. I don't get the convention.
I remember that the Celebi plot consisted of this evil bounty hunter guy going after Celebi with evil dog Pokeballs to turn your Pokemon evil.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He had like a Tyranitar and something.
And when he captures Celebi, Celebi turns into this giant bramble beast.
Ugh.
And Suiku's also there.
Yeah, at some point they're like, Suicune, save Celebi, and then he tries and is jack shit.
Weirdly, Raikou wouldn't make a movie appearance until the Zoroark movie.
That's, you know, how weak Raikou is. Go ahead, Locke.
One of the few things the fandom is not that upset about, which is this very obvious crush someone has on your solo.
Yeah.
Because he is an adorable cat man.
Hey, you guys remember that? Sorry, never mind.
Hey, no, that's fine. I was gonna continue more with fucking Pokemon nostalgia.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about Pokemon. I thought we moved on though.
No, what
Not
you got,
quite.
Harmless?
I was gonna mention that one legendary ho that showed up for like the first episode and then never again.
Never came back.
Few as they are now, it took us no
They
time
did it
at all
as
to
a
track it down.
marketing gimmick for Gold Silver for Gen 2, and then never came back.
And I think it was mainly because,
That
hey,
suits
it's
our
a good
purpose
luck
perfectly.
charm because you
Now we
saw
need
the
only wait for Ardbird
bird.
to arrive.
I mean, that is what
That's
Ho-Oh
about
is
it.
supposed to represent.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
Versus Rayquaza movie with
We were,
main
and
side
are,
protag-
but we can hardly
protagonist
ignore the
scared
rest of the
Pokemon.
world.
Right now,
Except for
I
his
think we can do more good
Beyonce's
here.
friend.
Oh wait, hold
It
on.
is
I can't
heartening
remember
to
exactly
have
what
all
movie this was
present.
attached to. Do you guys remember that one side
Indeed.
part of a movie
We will be
where
glad
it
of
was
the
just
additional hands
Pikachu
should
and
matters
friends
escalate.
getting lost in the fucking city and having to
Yes.
deal with a tiny squad of like delinquent Pokemon?
Like some Pichu and Houndour.
Sounds vaguely
Yeah.
That was with the Entei movie, I believe.
Oh, it was.
Was it? Oh my god.
I think that movie might have been TV only.
I remember some little
It seems
side
I've lost
little
this
mini movie
particular
where
race.
Charizard got stuck in something and everyone had to work together to pull him out.
Well, though I suppose it's only
That was like a giant Pokemon daycare area.
When we first
Where
met,
I think it's where
I outpaced
my favorite
you.
image of Wooper just
Ravana,
in a
was it?
river is from. Because everyone's
Homie,
like
come on, you
flowing
can't-
down the river and just
You
freaking
can't
out.
play this game with me. You can't pretend to be Ardbert. I know better.
But where are my
Oh, sorry.
manners?
Well,
Only
to hear already,
were
I've
it
been
not for
talking
you,
so
and I
much.
have yet to say.
This will be the last thing of the night.
I do remember another small side thing where just like all the Pokemon went off into the woods and it just ends with a bunch of Clefairy using metronome. Just shooting them back to the daycare.
These are two very good options, Omega.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one. I think I'll try and invite him to go for my fist bump.
By the way, somebody
want
brought up the
understand?
Rayquaza versus Deoxys movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. He's fake.
I'm giving you trouble.
His Jordans are fake.
You should have it examined.
Can he hear us?
I don't know.
What's up? I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
I'm busy doing a
Yeah,
cutscene now.
Caesar was the one who brought up the Rayquaza movie.
Yeah, then I didn't want to bother Omega while he was watching a cutscene.
I love that second one.
Yeah. Oh, you're supposed to be good at this.
I know, you know.
Very well.
Let's cut the shit.
Let us forego this pretense.
You know, when I last saw your buddy Emmett Selk, he was like, let's, do away with masks and titles.
After all.
And reveal our true faces to one another.
I know what his face looks like. Yeah.
Yes, it is I. Elizabeth. Through
Yeah,
your
Caesar, do you remember that
time in
movie,
Emmett
the side
Selk's
plot for the
imitation
Yakuza movie,
of
where
our
like all the
home,
technology was going
I
haywire in
dare
this
say
like
you
super
have gained a
futuristic
better
city?
understanding of my role
Like
since
the
last
opposite
we
in
met.
called the giant blackout.
Not that it matters.
Yeah, and then like all these bots were like going insane. My favorite part is
We
like there's
understand your
like
role,
this
emissary,
river of
but
just
not your
robots,
goal.
and there's just like
What
they
is
need
it
to
that
find
you
a
seek to
raft or
achieve?
something, and a Munchlax just comes floating by and evolves into a Snorlax.
I
Yeah, I think that's near
seek to
the end.
enact the will of the
And then they
convocation.
just climb on this
of
newly evolved
course.
Snorlax.
I
If it
can't
helps you to
remember
think
if
of
this
me
was a
as but
thing, but I remember
another
mainly
Asian,
because I had
no
sisters
different
growing
in
up, which was,
nature
I think
or
when the
purpose
fucking
from
Sailor
the rest,
Moon movie came
you
out,
are welcome to do so.
everyone was like losing their shit.
Once, I would have said your goal was
At least I'm pretty sure
destruction
that's the thing
alone.
that happened. If I've somehow forgotten that and I've just made that
Now
up.
I understand that you fight for something you love.
Maybe you were losing your
just
shit.
as we
Maybe
did.
you were a big Sailor Moon fan.
I mean, I was. I liked it.
Yet though we seem doomed
That
to
fucking
clash,
English dub is like a
I
classic
bid
when you
you
look back
consider
and see
Emmett
some of the
Selk's
shit they
final
did.
words. Remember
The
that
only
we
English dub
once lived,
that will
he
forever be a
said.
classic in my heart was
Had he not
Ghost
seen
Stories.
some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do
Oh,
not
what
believe
was
he
it?
would have spoken
Fucking
thus.
the Sailor Moon English dub. For when they introduced fucking Chibi Moon, who was meant to point a gun at the main
None
character.
better understood your
The English
plight
dub
than he.
goes, "Oh, whoa,
His
whoa, whoa,
words
we
must
can't have
surely be
this."
worthy of
And
your
so they
consideration.
legitimately just reverse one of the earlier parts of the show and just have her fly up into the sky saying, "Okay, bye."
Man,
That's
I'm also-
amazing.
How
also think
very
about the Dialga
unlike
Pocket
you.
movie with Darkrai
so
and that guy with
gravely.
his licky tongue, where the licky tongue's nightmare was that he
That
was
one
the guy,
should stray
guy
at the
turned
end
into
of
the
so
licky tongue.
onerous a path
Licky
is
licky, yeah.
understandable.
And the licky turned
But I
into the
had
guy, and
thought
he was,
you
and the
above
guy was so upset
such weakness.
because the licky's
Mayhap
nightmare
you
was
thought the
becoming
same.
him.
Would that I had been
Pokemon
present
movies
to
just
offer
do stuff
correction.
sometimes.
Yep.
But I shall do so now, as is my duty.
Yeah. Do you remember the
And
Lugia
return
movie? There was
all
a
to its
one
proper course.
random girl
As
in
for
the movie
you,
who was like, "Man, Misty, why
look
aren't you
at
getting with
yourself.
Ash?" And was just
Oh, I remember
heavily
that.
pushing on that.
History.
Don't remember that myself.
Look back 100
I am.
Oh
short
man.
years to
Hey,
how
Ax,
your
I was actually about to
greatest
leave. It's
warriors
9 o'clock and I have to go to work
undone.
tomorrow, so I need to get some sleep.
I
Tag
do
in.
remember Low King was there, and he said, "I wish I had pants."
And now, at
That was
Yeah.
like the end of the
word from
movie,
me,
yeah.
You raise
Yeah,
your
he's just
hands
standing
in
there
answer
like on the
the
precipice,
puppets
like, "I
you
wish
are.
I had pants."
Well, I have a very
Naught has
important question to
changed.
ask you.
I may
I'm
have
in the middle of a
important
cutscene
trait.
right
Fail,
now,
I-
Max.
and you fail,
Oh.
and you learn
The stream,
nothing.
the stream stopped for me.
Allow
though.
that which is most
still
important
going.
to slip through your fumbling
Very going.
fingers like so many
Elizabeth
grains of
is doing
sand,
his,
again
I'm a
and
big-
again and
Okay,
again.
well, Axel,
And
doing
you
his big
would remember
speech.
us.
Harplet.
You do forget yourselves.
Harpula.
You know what's the thing that's so unnerving about, like this odd bird? I say in air quotes.
There is
Elizabeth.
no
Shaving.
common ground to be found between you and I.
Like the beginning
Nor
of his
do I
journey,
require
when
any.
he first met the Overseer.
Well, he's clean
have my
shaven.
duty.
I expect to see the fucking tiny bit of facial hair that normal odd bird has. It
But he's in baby mode right now. Even though
I know
he died, though.
He's got no
also.
blood on him either.
he died, and then Elizabeth said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take a shave." And raise it
I
to
didn't know there
this."
was a body left to claim.
There was.
They were all buried. They talked about that.
They were all buried, and only
we have
the
confirmed the
other
identity of our foe,
four
at least.
Yeah,
had,
And it's safe to say his objective
Only the
Bodies
four
is
just not
reproduce.
decay in this world.
I mean, they're possessing them. Also, they might not. I
Also,
don't fucking
remember,
know.
the world was covered in light
But we
aether,
still
which is
have
stagnation.
no idea how
so
playing
maybe
the
it
part
just
of
kinda
a
stopped
warrior
that.
of light
Yeah, I
will
don't
further his
actually know,
cause,
because I don't know if
nor
like,
why he would
bacteria and
spur
insects
others to do the same.
survived being engulfed in a flood of light. But all the
I'm
others
just
returned to the
pulling
cardinal
something out of
virtues.
my ass here. You know,
Maybe
Another
it's
visit
because
to
they're
the Artist may shed
they're
some
Asian,
light
so they can
upon
just
these mysteries.
they can just sculpt the body.
Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains. We know
I
too
suspect it
little.
will be blows.
Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus.
Yeah, it's
In this,
he could do whatever
we
he
would be
wanted.
best
It's just
served
that,
going directly
when
to
they
his
were
home,
pre-cloned, it was a lot
much
easier.
as Emmett Selk came to
Yeah,
ours.
this is convenient. I don't have to deal with all that.
Yeah. Oh, here's my new suit. I don't have to take it to the tailor's.
Though I
Shit,
see
activate
the
his
wisdom in
strength
that
die.
suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but
So,
a phantom born
if
of
you're gonna
Emmett
call it
Selk's
after
memory.
this cutscene, Omega, I
I
think
fear
you've
it will
got
teach
a
us little
dungeon,
that we
some
do not already
cutscenes,
know.
and then you'll be in point 3, which is a decisive one, because I honestly think at some point there's a point where you can't stop. Like, you gotta keep going.
Even if it's hard, you have to keep going until there's nothing left.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored.
You hit a solo duty, and
Given
it's
the
like you can't
vastness of
stop.
the Tempest,
You gotta keep
I
going.
should not be surprised were there more
Hey, Omega, I
such
understand it's like
structures
2 a.m.,
like
but you have to
those
keep going.
in which the Ondo reside.
Not this time.
Gun to your head. But no, that's why I'm giving the warning, just in case.
We'll start early next week. It's fine.
I'll try to wake up early next week.
I'll try to not
Keep that
feel
up
like
and
death.
I'll send you to bed without supper.
I got the line. You still warned me about supper.
Yep. The fucking, like, dramatic zoom out as everyone's just silent
Assuming
after
we
you
are
said
all in
that, though.
agreement, then I suggest we first
And then
pay
the
a
music
visit to
cuts,
Yondo.
and then Alphino
If
is like,
anyone can tell us
moving
where more
swiftly
ruins are
on.
to be found, it
Yeah, I have to ask you. Can I ever just fight the brine?
Oh, in Dragon's Dogma? No, that's just a way of saying you can't swim. Fuck you.
I know, but like, it's just so ominous. I just wanna be like, hey, I can swim. So I fight it.
No.
I'll fight to prove I can swim.
No, you can't. You can't fight the water.
Water's
Also,
evil.
it means that if any characters fall from a high ledge into water, they're dead. That's it. So you gotta be real careful fighting near ledges.
I mean, ledges. Falling damage is also pretty fast. Just ledges in general are your enemy.
Yep.
But alright, okay. Finish that quest and them cutscenes and stuff. Get my fucking sleeve caught on the chair.
Yeah, apologies everyone for the tangent about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh movies.
We just had a
That's
lot
okay.
of
We already had the tangent about Five Nights at Freddy's and Mahjong.
Yeah, I said the Five Nights at Freddy's tangents were worse. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hey, I showed up, you guys said there wasn't much to talk about, and I was like, okay.
I mean, yeah,
Something.
we were just chilling.
Jesus Christ.
What?
God. What did you do to your mic, Omega?
Oh, did I bump? I won't fix it. I'm ending the stream. The gain is super up. It will take me longer to fix it than to end the stream. Good night.
God, you're at like 7,000%.
I know! I had to adjust my mic.